Like, if NP, they don't really have like too many stuns aside from like Mars, and if he gets Manta,
then okay.
I think Jug really hates playing against like heroes like Tusk, you know, that have like that insta stun. Like you want to pressure,
just bring you down right away.
Yeah, you want to be able to deal damage during his spin too, and I don't think they have the best way to deal with that so far. But I do think I prefer their supports right now. Supposing this is a Mirana 4, I think I would rather have Phoenix Tree.
That's a lot of team fighting. They benefit each other, right? That's like one of the best egg protectors in the game, it feels like. We'll see. Bat Rider gets banned out, so big tempo.
And so they...
Ursa versus Jug, they just didn't want the one matchup, maybe.
Yeah, maybe they end up taking Centaur here anyways, too. I think Bat Rider would have been like the perfect pick, though, for Liquid. I think I would have valued it over taking the CM, because I don't think that CM is getting banned. But maybe Boxy just didn't want to run into like any awkward situations.
Okay, the Titan. We have only seen this hero picked by OG, right? And they've played it in middle at 2 or 3 games, I believe. I think Seb played it once too.
And then Seb played it against the Timbersaw. So here Tidehunter can match up really well against Nature's Prophet, because you just shrug off the trait damage with Kraken Shell.
Okay, I was gonna say is Razor. I mean, your first 3 melee cores, but they just go Morphling pretty convincingly as well.
I think the idea is they might go aggro with Mirana, CM, and Jug, and leave the Tidehunter safe lane one-on-one. The good news about this like Tidehunter game is you'll always get Ravage off. There's nothing that can stop him from ravaging in this game. Like, there's no amount of stuns that they really have, and he's really tanky. Like, Team Unique have, until Morph gets more items, I think they have a little bit of a damage problem.
Yeah.
Because they have Phoenix plus like Tree as supports, and NP as a core too.
NP is a core.
Yeah, you're not,
so you're not too worried about, but no real damage.
Yeah, they need items, I think.
I think for this is always going to be the player to look out for, but especially seeing this draft, BCC has to turn up big. 633. In other words, he has to really show up inside the server. So,
do you believe in him though?
Do I believe in him? I don't know. I feel like both drafts are kind of weird, but I'm not a really big fan of Nature's Prophet 1 or 2 right now. It hasn't really impressed me, so I'm gonna go Liquid for now. And hey, look at that Tidehunter.
Let's see. I think I'll go with... I actually think I might go with Unique. And I'm not even just saying that because I think this is a pretty free morph game too.
Yeah. And they do overall last pick. It should be a good one. Either way, it is Team Liquid. It is Team Unique. We've got a Morphling. We've got a Juggernaut. And we have LD and BSJ on the turntables.
We got Blitz throwing his team under the bus. BSJ, he's picking Unique. What the hell is going on?
Can't trust this guy.
What kind of a coach is he?
Yeah, I don't know.
Also to the bus.
I know. They disappointed. Apparently, the viewers at home didn't see that because they believe way more than their own coach believes in them. But I am, for one, ready to be proven by Liquid that they just had a rough day the other day.
Got a good night's rest. And fortunately, they didn't hear Blitz saying that because they're in the game.
They're not listening to the game. You know, I heard they were a little bit upset that I ragged on them so hard, and here it goes Blitz, their own coach, their own blood, and he is doing about the same. So Zitrex,
I don't think he's their own blood. That would be a little freaky.
He's a part of the family. You know, the Liquid family is what I was going for.
Okay,
but
so, not blood, but not real blood.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, something like that. It's funny. I see this Basilius on Crystal Maiden. I think seems like Basilius is just a better version of the hero.
Yeah, and anyone can get it.
Yeah, you know, you just all you have to do is be near your teammates, and eventually in the game you will be. But it is a nice little pickup in the laning stage. Does effectively give everyone in the lane that. But Blitz said he thought they were going to go for an aggro tri-lane, so he doesn't even know his own team. As Boxy will be in the off lane with Tana.
There's no tri-lane of any kind. It's not just that It's not an aggro trend.
Yeah.
So
Let's just say,
give him 2 big zeros in a row.
I think the last time Blitz talked to them was like 3 weeks ago or something like that, because this is starting to get a little sketchy at this point. He doesn't like their draft, and he doesn't know what they're doing in the lane. So
I'm sure he's liked like a tweet from Insania,
something like that,
or something. You know, that's a form of communication.
yeah, I did them every week, like back to Summit. I think that might be the last time they all interacted. But as we go into the actual game, we do see a mid-nature Prophet once again. Did see it last series, and it got that rapier, but it does fall off in the late game. So you have to pay attention to the fact that they probably scale better on Liquid, even though they do have this 10th pick Morphling in a free Morphling game. Morphling is a better version of Ember Spirit that he can just use the Sleight of Fist Chains and the Flame Guard and then just be a Morphling.
Yeah, that stuff yesterday actually in one of our games. Very potent hero to take over with Replicate. So for now it is the 2-1 both teams. It does leave Mars and Phoenix down bottom, but you know, Jug having a decent time of it.
No dive
Early on, and this just might be the first blood. This bringing him low. Just 2 more auto attacks. No, he's got the fairy power.
310 to 280. Oh, he didn't go for it.
I'm gonna commit. But hey, that's almost as good a kill. Gonna force him a lot of regen out, and they can do that again in just a moment. They basically got infinite mana in this lane already. The arrow will come through, connects on the tree. Not really the hero that Boxy wants to go on, but this Morphling for now is doing fine, getting towards his level 3, but it's a lot harder to kill.
Do you feel like that Crystal Maiden cosmetic is pay to lose it all? Like, what if they were afraid that he has his Frostbite, but now they are visually reminded that he does not have his Frostbite?
Animation on any of the other cosmetics, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I've always thought about that, but
my buddy's a CM spammer, but he always has the cosmetic. So
I see. It's the same. Oh, it's the Monkey King Arcana as well, where it changes the color of your hero based on leveling your ulti or not.
But it's like flexing, you know. It's like, look how much money I have.
It's true.
I can blow it on.
You have to compensate somehow.
Yeah.
They do use the Nature's Grasp. I haven't even seen this hero in a long time. Forget the name of his abilities. Why do you think we haven't seen this hero? Is it too many nerfs or what?
He just seems really slow and clunky, right? Like he can't really do a whole lot roaming. He doesn't have the best like burst potential, and as we say that, he's just not doing anything really. Zitrax is getting quite low.
He's hitting hard for 95, but
not getting many auto attacks off. Now maybe they're going to turn it. Zitrax is actually going to go down here.
He does have one more leaf charge.
Finish off Taiga? No, he can't.
Mana from Crystal Maiden is actually paying dividends in this lane. And he gets solved up by the Mirana on Boxy, and there's a big wave pushing in, so at least Morphling didn't miss too many creeps, but once it's level 3, I can't really imagine him dying, and that attribute shift going from 1 per second to 4.
The scaling on that ability is pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know about any other math grades out there, but I'm kind of upset that the 3rd level is not 9, because you have 1 squared, then 2 squared, then it could be 3 squared. You know, it's just a little bit of math nerding going on as we see bottom lane Phoenix trading supports, just effectively giving themselves regen runes. You know, they both used a lot of mana to harass the opponent core, and now they come back full health, full mana.
This is great, PSJ. You're doing the analysis, now you're doing the play-by-play. I'm just sipping a Mountain Dew.
And game fuel.
Game fuel.
Yeah,
that's right.
Well played.
Well, this courier might not be well played though. BZZ looking. Insania's gonna give him a little harass for the time being. So all things considered, looking at our farm distribution here, relatively even. Although we do see a whole crap load of denies in the mid lane. I guess most of those the tree ants.
It's really hard to tell. I wish that was like not a stat, you know? It's kind of like when S kills a bunch of cogs.
I guess there must be some creeps because Quakepa is a bit down on XP.
Yeah, you do out-damage him from just right clicks, as well as adding the trees onto that.
The bottled arcane rune, very valuable on Ember.
Those right clicks hurt with that blight. He only has 2 armor.
And he's getting blocked up here.
We saw this last time around, but not quite. Maybe he was just going for the CS, but it doesn't seem effective to block if you're not going to hit the guy.
I feel like he could have pressured the Ember more there, but is getting the lane advantage for the time being. So far, not really doing anything to slow down Boxy, though. He's sitting at 25 CS as they go again on Illusion, and this time the Blade Fury will score the kill. Mickey be pressured, but he's got the healing ward, and he should be just fine.
And 5 charges in case he needs the mana. Crystal Maiden ult coming into full effect as insane. Just walking and picking up the bounty runes. He's a race car at 278 movement speed in top lane.
Yeah, that's a ballsy CM, but when you know that the enemy support is dead, why the hell not? Not often a hero that goes on those kinds of a solo adventure.
Nature's Prophet almost killed Taiga.
Still has another leap. We'll get back. Force out the TP. Quick mango delivery.
It did kill Boxy. I was only looking at Taiga. I guess he just died. He's going for the treads on the Nature's Prop. Oh my god. Okay, I'll just let... There's too much action. No time to analyze.
Well, analyze this. Another death for Illusion. This Phoenix is dying an awful lot to the CM jug lane. I mean, I wouldn't have think of Phoenix as a hero that early.
You should just use your dive and then play careful once you have it on cooldown for the 30 seconds. But sounds like he's just getting bullied, forced to dive away, and then they're killing him a second time. Or effectively going on him a second time.
And the Mars can kind of just be bypassed and ignored for the time being. Might need to bring the Nature's Prophet down there next time if they want to try to do something aggressive. Is BZZ's going to pause.
Taiga taking the top outpost. Van score is here to contest.
Are they going to rotate someone in?
Going the no leech seed build, huh?
Well, I guess you got the outpost. I don't know if it was worth it, though. There's no real follow-up to this.
He now inconveniences Van score for about 6 seconds there. That was the impact that it had.
Yeah, not great.
Koifoot mid. So that rotation from the Nature's Prophet did free up his getting to that level 6 with ease, and also has that bottle, so anytime he wants a TP base, full mana.
So a lot of teams, when you see them play the NP, like as soon as he hits like level 6 or 7, like he'll just go to the jungle and kind of be off the map. But for now, they're not giving the mid lane to anyone. Do you think we should change that up?
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised. Both the mid laners are just trading, and right now I think the reports like CM's content to just jungle as well as pull with the jug because they have kill potential. Mirana's just weaving in and out of the jungle in top lane. But meanwhile, your Phoenix, I don't know, like maybe you have to be here to protect your Mars, but like you said, they don't really protect each other from this combo, and I would almost say Vanskar, he would love that mid lane.
Well, he's chilling top for now, just trying to secure his Morphling farm.
Kill him here. There. Oh, he misses him with the second charge of the Starstorm. He wasn't quite in range. He went for a blind arrow from behind the tree, utilizing that Radiant Ward that saw the very edge of Morphling running away from that neutral camp. Close. Gotta respect the attempt.
They're slowing down his farm a little bit. Jug about 600 gold up, but not a huge discrepancy at this point. Our NP going to be rushing the Blade Mail, so wants to just fight a lot early. It was pretty standard build nowadays with the Blade Mail buffs we've seen.
Well, the problem with Prophet is he TP's in and then you can kind of just commit onto him. So the Blade Mail, in theory, is very good for this hero just because you want to be able to dish out the damage without... You have no mobility. You don't want to go like first item BKB. So it's kind of your way of deterring them from actually hitting you, as Insania is coming to the mid lane. 19-19, or 19-teen, going to be in some trouble there.
He is looking pretty dead. No, actually TPing out. The chains come through. The follow-up has arrived, though. Vanscore as well as Illusion all joining the fray, and they force a double TP just to save the NP.
So
and they get
still worth it. Pretty minimal.
Meanwhile, bottom lane, we're going to see a spin on BZZ. Omnislash is up, not enough to kill the Mars. Needs a little more damage. Is going for the Mask of Madness rush, it looks like.
Zerax digs, gets a salve. Pretty value when you're only at half health. Boxy. Looks like all 6 cores, it seems like, are getting the start that they would like. It has that Morbid Mass on Boxy to utilize the regen from Anchor Smash. And Quaitful, the one time I'm not looking, Phoenix dies again. Can you stop dying, Illusion? I'm busy. He's died a lot now. What is that? That is 4 deaths. 4 of the 5 kills.
Yeah, that's a really... I mean, normally Phoenix doesn't struggle this much in the lanes unless there's like some Disruptor or Skywrath that can really punish him, but this is a surprising number. See this early. overall, BSJ, like, they are losing the lanes here. Can they turn it around is the question as they move on to Boxy. Get the Sprout. Ravage committed for this. Where's the backup? Taiga's coming quite late to this fight, though. This might just be a totally whip to Ravage. Well, it looks like it perhaps secures Boxy's retreat, which is something. But still, Ravage down. May see an opportunity here for Unique to do something aggressive of their own. As I say that, once again, they're diving onto Illusion. Once again, running for deer. Already committed the Icarus dive just to retreat. The leap forward with the Starstorm connects with both. Is the follow-up right click there? Doesn't seem like it. Fire Spirit's coming out now. The turnaround leaps away from the Nature's Grasp and back to safety. Keeping bringing the NP. The commitment on this, they'll just use another leap. Taiga is just wasting so much time of Uniques. They do not have good catch for this hero. And meanwhile, a quick snipe. Feint score will go down. So after all that, it's Quid who got the...
Yeah, it's really annoying to play against Mirana since they reworked that you can't see the charges above her as a buff. They're just a part of her ability. So I think he keep it in thinking she doesn't have any more leap charges and then just still has one left. I really never knew if that was intentional because it was never mentioned in the patch notes. They just said they updated the UI. Very, very odd. Makes it hard to play against Ember Spirit as well, not knowing whether or not he has any remnant charges. You only
they
know if
changed
he
it
has
for all charge-based abilities,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
At one point, like, some of them had it and some didn't, I believe.
I believe it is all... the continuity is there now.
Okay.
As we see Mickey potentially... Oh, Omni Slash with the Mask of Madness.
Oh, that's some serious deeps.
Wow. Hits that timing real hard. The second he got that delivered, he just pushed R and pushed the Mask of Madness, and that was a kill.
I wonder what the actual damage increase is. It's got to be, like, what, 60% or something?
Well, his base attack speed is... let's see. Before he had 240, and the Mask of Madness gives him an extra 50% attack speed or so.
And it gives him some damage as well.
Yeah, so...
And it gives you the base attack speed.
Since the attack speed is amped by your ult, it's probably like 70% damage increase or something like that. It's probably pretty drastic.
You really can feel it, though, when you're playing Jug.
Oh, yeah. The kill potential goes out the roof here as we see it. Going out of Deathcore, he gets the spear on the Emperor.
That's a bit for Quakefoot. He wasn't expected that. He could go down, now chasing the box. Boxy's got to back away. They're sweeping forward with Illusion. Even Zetrax moving into position. They do some decent nuke damage out here. They smash him into the trees. That sets up another spear. Bing, bang, boom. Boxy is dead. But still a 3K gold lead for Liquid overall, and they're using this opportunity to take the tower. Mickey, the siege engine, brings it down with ease. He'll collect the gold. And actually the gold lead increasing despite getting the 2 portals.
They will get the tower for themselves. Just a lot of farming coming on from Liquid. They have Insania, their 5-position farming bottom. He's level 7. He's feeling good about himself. And it's the supports. Advantage, it's 3K. The supports are each up by 1,200 each.
And this is not helping. Mirana with a quick double courier snipe. Not worth it if he dies.
Oh, he missed the spear.
Surely he's not going to get out of here. He's got Moonlight. Do they have detection?
No detection. But the spear hit, he's dead.
They got the outpost.
Whew. That would have been so annoying if he managed to squeak his way out of there.
Space, though. Mid tower down. Opens up the map. And, like, if Jug's just farming aggressively, you only have the tree to potentially kill him, right?
Yeah. The thing is that it's nice for Mickey to stay on his own side of the map for now. Because he has Ember, he has Tide, cores that are willing to play up in their face, and before he gets that Manta, he is... But once he gets that, the tree root is virtually useless. And so is pretty much everything from Team Unique other than spearing him before he mants. But the spear itself only hits one unit. So if you manta, even if you haven't spun yet, it's most likely not going to spear your actual hero. So he does have the Mask of Madness from queuing up the manta. So he goes for the farm efficiency items first, realizing he doesn't need survivability this early on, based on the fact that his other cores will be doing all the aggression for him. And he goes back for the survivability item as he's going to start participating more so in the team engagements.
Speaking of participation,
nice
more from Quakefoot with Taiga. Great set of chains, up arrow on point, and the kill secured. Going the way of Mickey. Still has the Omni Slash as well, so maybe see them chip away at this tier 2. Healing Ward deployed. Another pause, this time a disconnect from BZ. So he's having some internet issues. Something.
Yeah, this Mirana pick is going to be quite impactful. People have been picking it to counter the Phoenix in general, and it synergizes really well with Ember. So in the draft, I think by picking this Phoenix after you see the Ember, you kind of gave them this breadwinner pick where it synergizes really well with your lineup and it counters the opponent. So you're going to see that impact of that Searing Chains into Arrow combo come into play because, quite frankly, nobody on the side of Unique can do anything about that. If they get changed into Arrow until 4 steps, they actually have no way out of it. I guess Manta on Morphling, but there's
no save, really. I mean, historically, that's how you would see teams try to counter the Mirana picks, but
like
it's not like
Batten or a Leech or something.
Yeah, but it's not like they really built the draft around it. It's just kind of like an extra feature.
Yeah, exactly. It's hard to be like, we should dedicate an entire pick to dealing with this when those heroes will still operate just fine without that combo. It does just add that extra bit of map control kill potential as we see a pause for Mars to come back. He's just having some issues, it looks like.
So, it doesn't look too great right now for Unique BSJ. How do you turn this around?
I think you just have to make use of your Wombo combo team fight. You have Mars Arena, you have Phoenix Egg, you have Treant Ult. That's really the reason why you picked it, was this overgrowth to synergize with the Egg. That's like a classic. It used to be better because it would like...
Do you think
I don't know.
Can they do that fighting into like this Ravage Jug healing ward? He's gonna have a pipe soon on the Tidehunter. Like, do you still think they can take a team fight?
That's the thing, is it's tough, right? Because if you get far enough behind, we saw, I believe it was NIP versus Secret, where they had the Jakiro Naga Darkseer combo, and they hit everything on all 5 heroes, but they were so far behind that not a single hero died, and we're reaching that territory, so it is not going to get any easier being Unique, and they just need to look to make something happen now. It's like they're content doing nothing or not sure how to make it happen. But just reading the map of farm, they have farming mid, farming mid, and also the top tower being pushed and farmed by Koikfo.
Farm everywhere.
Yeah, you're content if you're Liquid. Look, the network is just going to keep going up. There's a status quo. Almost always there's one team that's okay with it, and there's one team that's not. And right now, that is Liquid and is on Unique to do something, and Liquid is perfectly fine to do absolutely nothing if they're not forced to.
Sometimes doing nothing is doing something.
Wise words coming out from LD.
Yeah, that's an L deep right there.
Dang.
No, but seriously, it is. They don't really have like any playmakers aside from the Mars, so draft-wise, it's kind of challenging. Is once again, Illusion getting caught out, he's dead. At least scouts the gank, and now the rest of the team can retreat. Zatrax should make it out. BZZ is going to get scouted here by Ward. He walks back into Boxy, but the rest of the team isn't quite there. So he should make it back to the safe embrace of his tower. But yeah, they were just resorting to slow push now. 19 is going to go towards an Orchid, so it's to be able to probably get some kills on the Jug or the Ember. But by the time he gets this, you know, he's probably going to have a Manta, so I don't think he's dying.
Yeah, the timing of all their timings are just way too slow, I think, on Unique. They are working on that Blink, they're working on the Orchid, but we've seen with these top-tier teams that they don't wait for these items because they don't have the time based on the given game. And I don't think Team Unique is aware of that, or they think that's not correct because they are Liquid just hitting another tier 1. They go for the spear.
And they really want Unique to defend this. Like, they've got Tide sitting around in position. Doesn't have the blink yet, but he could get there in time. And how do you go on the Jug? I mean, we kind of discussed it a bit. There's just not much solution for him until they get this Orchid, and by then he probably will have Manta. So they're going to use the Moonlight Shadow here, looking to stop, and they are heading directly towards the Morphling. That would be a big takedown.
They see him on the trees.
Haste. It's going to be a missed opportunity as they did sniff it out and back away in time.
Look at the map control accomplished, though. Like, where the whole team of Unique is, as well as the way Liquid's playing. They're just reaping farm from all 3 lanes still, while Mickey is also clearing the jungle.
Yeah, they're like just hiding on these little corners and crevices, nooks and crannies of the map, trying to get whatever little scraps they can, but they're not like, yeah, let's just walk down a lane and hit creeps, because they know they'll feed if they do.
In case you're wondering if they didn't have enough farm target to get the Philosopher Stone as he hits the arrow.
Not the easiest target to go on. Up on the ground. They're going to engage instead on Boxy. The Mars ult gets dropped. He just pops it out of there.
First try.
Awkward. And now the turnaround. Chains come through, connects onto Boxy. Hanging on to the Ravage. The egg gets dropped in time. He gets scared away. It's not the optimal follow-up, but they have so much damage. And they're so advantaged here that they might go push their way through anyway. Zitrax, though, he's going to find one. Ember Spirit down. Omni Slash committed. Morph not going to fall during the midst of this. He tanked through it all. Strength morphing even more, and now walk away in Ember form. In fact, Mickey has to back off. Boxy's going to end up going down as well, it looks. So they're going to lose 2 core. The CM and Mickey's got to TP out. Great fight from Unique and pretty sloppy from Liquid.
Yeah, he Omni-slashed a Morphling who just was already turned into Ember and Sleight of Fist to disjoint it. And that's the main source of their damage once the Ember goes down, who did. And even though they missed on Unique and they think they're free to go on the side of Liquid, they still had to commit pretty heavily onto this egg, and Morphling just cleans house after all those abilities are on cooldown.
Oh, is he going to get sniped by the MP ult? I guess not. We'll see this fight again. Yeah, the Morphling just in the middle of the fight, like as you mentioned, like he's just so much stronger. He gets to replicate Ember Spirit. He's the Flame Guard, the Disjoint, you know, a lot of extra damage even when he's heavily strength morphed. So, well played, and Liquid just, I guess, overestimating their position in the game. They're not quite at that point where they can just walk in and just A-click you to death.
Yeah, they have to get the jump on Team Unique, and even though they ravaged and everything, it wasn't like they caught Team Unique off guard. Both teams knew each other were there, and the minute they get like a chains on the arrow to start the fight on a target that will die other than the Morphling, that's a reliable way to just wipe them as Team Liquid. But in that case, wasn't the smoothest initiation. They do have Moron ulti again if they want to go. No Ravage or Omni Slash for 45. Man, those cooldowns are well synced.
Is there pressure on Liquid after that fight? Like, is it just slow down, farm, chill, wait for a better fight? Or, like, do you feel like, hey, there's a Morphling, man. Their team fight's scary late game. We got to make something happen.
As long as you're still getting farm, you're going to, but the minute you feel like you're not maintaining your lead on Liquid, you are no longer content, as Unique is just going to take the mid tower for free. Boxy picks up some bounty runes, but does have the Blink Dagger now. That'll make initiating the way they want much simpler on the side of Liquid, because they don't actually have any instant disables.
Yeah, the best they can do is like the quick reaction egg, which just slightly annoys the Tide, doesn't stop the Ravage.
As Blitz said, they really have no way to stop him from ravaging unless they get a silver edge at some point, because the Kraken Shell, as long as he's spamming that R button, it will remove stuns long enough for him to ult.
Blitz's prophecy unfolding before our eyes is Unique. What was once, like, I think a 7k gold lead nearly is now down to just 3k. The Jinx is in, and Vaynescore scouting out Liquid's
They know he's here. He's cutting down the trees one at a time with Quelling and Iron.
Our reinforcements going to arrive for the port.
No way.
Be out shortly. Not even.
Oh my god.
You gotta be kidding me. Vaynescore. My goodness.
You gotta love that strategy. We don't have any detection. We're gonna cut down these trees one by one.
They did plant a sentry.
Eventually they did, and then there's some little cove between that one tree and the cliff that he managed to plant himself in. Oh, Boxy.
This is a tough target to burst, but they've got him down to half HP. Sunray coming through, hanging onto the Ravage. He's going to let it connects on 4. The follow-up is there. Morphling deleted at the start of the fight. Must have been very Agimorph. Illusion now on the run. He gets chased up. He'll go down too. The Omni Slash clipping from the rear, and it looks like they're going to lose the Phoenix as well. That's a dieback. The CM ultimate rolling forward. Vaynescore slashed by the arrow, and now the spin down on BZZ. Mask of Madness cooling down, but not going to be able to get a range. 4 kills. Well, that's another way to do a team fight, and one that works a whole lot better.
I will say I wasn't 100% sure what Team Unique should do to get back in this game, but going on a Tide Hunter was not what I envisioned
and they
as
just
the
saw
correct
4
answer.
of them top.
You know they're all here.
God, look how fast that morphed is.
As long as he doesn't get that attribute shift off before the Ravage, he is going to die. They have like 1,000 burst damage on the side of Liquid, so if he is not above that threshold, he will just die instantly.
Yeah, quite a symphony of abilities in that team fight, and puts Liquid right back where they were. Another 4k gold advantage, so back up to 7k. And definitely gives them a lot more confidence here heading down the stretch. As far as item progression on the going into the BKB, which he's close to. Our Morphlane already completed the Manta, I believe, prior to that fight. Now starting to work on the shotgun. So those two are farming. The rest of the team, not so much.
Essentially looking to Roche with no Omni Slash and no Ravage for 60 seconds.
They do this reasonably fast.
Yeah, Morbid Mask allows them to slightly tank it up on the Morphling. He is full Agi to hit over 250 a hit.
Liquid has wards in the river. They see 19 dewarding this. Will they fight?
Sleight of Fist scout it.
Can they catch him out? Sleight of Fist comes through. Quakefa does have the Yule, so the Orchid alone won't be enough to kill him. They'll need some follow-up, but the chains to start. Now the Yules, and they can Orchid him as he comes down, perhaps. That's what 19's looking for, but Quakefa's too quick on the draw. They will drop the arena. Out comes the egg over the pit. Nice positioning, but everyone is out of range on the side of Liquid to the south, so they end up having to back away. The chains clipping 19 on the retreat. Gets off the silence, but where's the damage? He doesn't have it. He's down for the count. Sunray just working through the Morphlane. The long-range snipe, he keeps on morphing, but I don't think it's going to matter. Getting very low on armor. Can he survive? He can't. Down as well. Now, again, Yule's catch. Isolating BZZ on the retreat. He'll fall as well. The Roche, about a third HP, maybe somewhere between that and half, and likely going to Liquid. Easy DD snag, and that'll be an Aegis for me.
Yeah, last game we Morphling, we saw the team just snipe that Aegis, but he had a DD as the Roches went down significantly faster. In this case, Liquid had ample time to just contest and kind of got delivered the Aegis on a silver platter with 1/3 HP Roche and a team wipe, or, you know, 3 for 0.
The ults were down, but I mean, that was a pretty risky Roche.
You're far behind. Those ults are kind of like worth a certain amount of net worth. You know, that tide's going to be that much more impactful in the fight and everything. He still has a Vlad's and a pipe, and you can't really kill him. So even though he doesn't stun you, he can kind of just stand in front of you and tank through your spells. And as they throw up their volley of initial stuff, they just don't die on Liquid. So effectively, neither team has ults. And as we see, the siege for the high ground, Aegis Jug has the healing ward, so standing him up.
Completed Mjolnir as well. This guy hits fast, he hits hard, and they are bringing him down. Half HP. But nobody able to come in and snipe it easily.
Vlad's plus Mask Amanda's lifesteal. It adds up. That's a total of, what is it, 40%, 45% lifesteal.
Sounds about right to me. But not very good for Unique, as they've lost half their health on this Rax. Mickey just keeps on hacking. He's got a Blade Fury ready, if required. Healing Ward 20-second. As they look for the stun, they do get the initiation, but the counter rapid. Zitrax just gets soloed by the Tidehunter. Quick jump forward, Boxy. Big ball out in front, and now Mickey walking away. They try to fight forward into this. Zitrax, he's bought back for this fight. He can't afford to go down, but he's caught out. He may just drop. Scam ulti. Can he make it out? He's dead. It's a dieback on the Morphling. The egg comes through, but there's no damage to go with this, and with his death, likely the Rax, if not the game.
Oof.
Oof is the word.
That's at least what he's saying to himself on the Morphling. He was at like 800 health, fully Agimorph. It's a bit risky when the opponent's sieging with a Blink Ravage like that.
That is the second time. The other time was like mid near the river when they lost the other team fight.
Something tells me a very, very, very good Morphling player would not allow that to happen, but I'm not trying to insult Zivrak. I just think he's been caught a little bit too often with that low Agimorph. Not like it would have necessarily mattered in the grand scheme of things, maybe just accelerating their demise as Treant goes down as well. Vanscore, he was with his brethren, but there were not enough of them to protect him as he near the only trees in base. But Liquid has that sentry, and they are looking to just GG it up with no buyback on the Morphling. They know this because he already diebacked. Another spear.
Another spear. They'll try. He's still got Aegis. He's got Omni Slash ready. Mickey's going to man fight it out for a little bit. Healing Ward is finished off. He gets sprouted.
He really doesn't want an Omni Slash.
Yeah, he's saving it for a rainy day. Maybe saving it for game 2 at this rate, because it doesn't seem like they need it in game 1. Now he lets it go, and it bounces into the creep. Denied. Doesn't matter. He'll just auto-attack them down. No, they've lost 2. Morphling gonna die yet again. No, Manta gets him back. Right, waves on forward into the midst of their team, and then Nukes just delete him. He's gone. Mickey keeps on trucking. Vangscore will drop. It's a team wipe. It's a GG. And it's a stop, honestly.
Yeah, it seems just a bit too easy for Liquid. Last time I saw Unique play, they did put up a solid fight, but here Liquid's draft just farms very efficiently if
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Each moment of your life led without doubt to this. Bounty.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's courier has been killed. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is falling. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Your victory is impermanent. I can appreciate that.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Regeneration!
Prepare for battle.
One's in the bag. Yeah, baby, it's in the bag.
This is in the bag.
This one is in the bag, and that one is too, and that one, they are all in the bag.
You almost had that.
30 seconds to battle.
I can't hear you.
The battle begins.
First blood. Cold blooded. Too bad for you.
Back off.
Denied. All is silence.
What?
You'll hear no more from me.
Watch your feet.
Radiant are scanning. Team Liquid's turn to ban. Dire team pick.
What about your Snapfire? Like
Viking.gg.
Yeah, like Viking.gg. Then Snapfire's fine. And then like Weaver's the other one that I think is pretty good.
They just banned it. Hey, there it is. We've been talking about this hero quite a bit. I know BSJ thinks this might be one of the most first-picked heroes coming into the playoffs and whatnot. It's Tusk. Just kind of bullies those strength offlaners he talks about, and having a save, a block, and a very good ultimate. No, pretty good.
Grimstroke Mars. Oh, Earthshaker Timbersaw.
Okay, well, the Boxy Timbersaw was one of the most respected, I want to say, hero player combos at the last major, right? Like every game, I believe, it was first ban. That was when you only had 3 as well.
And they immediately Bat Rider it.
Okay, that's a good pick. That's a real good pick here, right?
Yeah, that's very strong. Now you've got a 1-to-1 counter to Timbersaw, and your Tusk can beat the Timbersaw in lane. So
I was raising the roof a second ago,
and then the roof's on fire now. Get down on the ground, everyone! Get down the smoke!
Gotta crawl.
I mean, both these openings seem very strong. It just, since Unique had that last pick of this phase, that Bat Rider kind of very good versus not just the Timbersaw, but that Earthshaker as well, right? No turn rate for that Fisher. Feels pretty bad.
5 seconds remaining.
And you just fly over the Fisher. You can't block this guy out.
And Tusk doesn't against Shaker either. No. I uncrossed my legs first. Damn it.
What?
Is
that bad luck?
The Twitch chat is apparently guessing who will cross or uncross their legs first.
Oh, I think I did it first last time. That's cool.
So they're seeing who lasts till the end.
And I think I just switched, so.
I just switched too, but I think that counts.
Well, whoop, whoop! The leg crossing king! I win something.
This guy's good.
Strong ankles, one day you guys will understand. But an Oracle versus the Bat Rider seems that's normally banned if you take the Bat Rider in this position.
Yes, sir. You're not wrong.
So what does Team Liquid want to ban? They ban the TA. Okay, so worried about a little bit quicker paced game and kind of shreds the Timbersaw in that middle game. In the mid game, pardon me.
I think 19, one of his most played heroes is TA. But
it is.
Okay.
What else have I seen him on? Bristle or something?
Bristle, Nature's Prophet. He's played, I think, multiple times on both of those. He was the guy who did that Bristle. Had a good game.
Diving in, Superman mode.
We going. Oh,
so Chen. Okay.
Chen, Timbersaw. All right, you got some heal there.
Pretty good Bat Rider game, though.
Yeah, it really is. It feels like none of these 3 heroes really deal with the hero at all.
Yeah, what are you guys gonna pick to deal with that? You need some sort of dispel.
Feels like
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll figure it out.
Can't draft.
5 seconds remaining.
I mean, PL seems like the obvious one to me, but obviously they have a pick after, so you got to be careful. What is in store for Van Score here?
Might be a good Necrophos game.
For Unique?
Yeah.
It is looking pretty hard for Liquid to kill Necrophos.
Probably don't draft it now, though. Probably.
Maybe the last.
Do you draft? Because you want the option to put Bat Rider 5, right?
Yeah.
So you want to actually you want to draft a core.
I think you know what the off lane is, so you can draft your safe laner if you want.
Okay.
And you can still potentially win all 3 lanes with that.
Okay.
Let's see if they do that. They go with the Pango, so still up in the air, obviously.
Okay.
I think that tells me that's most likely a Pango off, though.
Yeah. Why is that?
I think it's ZZ's good hero, plus I think they want... Oh, okay. They take...
There it is.
Want something that matches up well against... like, the Rolling Thunder, I think, is really good in this game. There's nothing that can stop it. They don't really have easy ways to burst them down, aside from, like, Earthshaker being able to echo. There's a lot for them to have to deal with, and it's still flexible. Like, it leaves the option, I believe, but I think I would prefer to see Bat 5, because you want to see the Bat. The entire point of picking Bat against Timbersaw, I think, is so that you can lane against them.
Yeah.
So for me anyways, it makes more sense as a Bat 5 and a Pango 3 than a Pango 4 and a
like a Tusk 3 and a Bat 5
like a
or something.
Pango mid or something like that. I think you're just being a little bit too tricky there.
Which, now that they've kind of shown that, it does say that Liquid can try and go and match the Timbersaw against Pango. Or they can just rely on the Fisher blocking to win Timbersaw's lane.
That's a good thing, right? You actually, it feels like Liquid did that well. You have the Earthshaker to win your off lane, and you have the Chen to get you the lanes you want, right? So you have this... You kind of should win both your side lanes, it almost feels like to me. Not win them, but
get the matchup you want.
Get the matchup you want in the off lane. You'll get levels no matter what.
So Void Spirit, I find very annoying to play Pango against Void Spirit. He, when he's mid and he gets this like really fast duels, it just kills my timing as a Pango.
There's the Razor. I thought we might have seen it last game.
Okay, I think...
Is it? Really?
It's a pretty flex pick.
Yeah.
You can put it mid against the Void Spirit or the Timbersaw, depending on what Liquid decides to last pick. So they're leaving themselves some options, and you're technically countering 2 cores. I think Razor against Void Spirit in the game is not very good because obviously you can just like
that's what I was
dash away. But
him and Timbersaw, right? The Timber chain, but the lane.
Yeah, the lane is really annoying.
So you think this is going to be a very lane-centric game, especially when you pick that. You have a Chen versus a Razor,
Because I think like Timber Earthshaker should lose to Bat 5, Razor 1, right? That sounds miserable.
It definitely should, yeah. Well, we'll see. Both the last bands going to be coming out here. Liquid with the last overall pick.
Yeah. The Chen leaves a lot of things open, though, as does the fact that you're most likely seeing a Pango 3. You could pick something like Alk for yourself on Liquid. You could pick something like PL. Like, there's a lot of options here, and you're going to see what the mid matchup / safe lane is going to be, and you can overall secure your game.
If it's another hero that can do some things against PL, then I'm not in love with that option because they already have Pango. But Alk might be good just to put Unique on a timer.
Yeah, Alk. They banned the Ursa, which suggests possibly you're right.
I mean, I think Alk or
Alk Chen
is Naga Siren any good here?
I think Pango is okay against her. So is Tusk, because they're not affected by the sleep. Like, you can roll on her during, like, if you're out of distance and stuff, and I think Pango is pretty annoying for her to play against.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Razor's not, like, excellent, but it's not awful if you get off to a really good start, and he's got 2 good lane matchups potentially here. I think there's another hero, too. Faceless Void is pretty good against almost all these heroes. Like, he's good against Batrider, he's good against Pango.
I don't like the synergy with your team, though. You don't have any like great damage to jump in. You've got Chakram, maybe an Ether Remnant. I don't love that.
I mean, we'll see what happens. You still have one more pick to see what Unique gonna take, and there's no reason to like have to overthink your options until you see what that pick is.
For sure.
We'll wait.
So what would you do here? Would you pick a mid or a safe lane? Which would you rather have the Razor go into against?
For Unique, I think I would rather pick... I don't know. Like, I think a greedier mid would be better. Because I don't think you want 2 different heroes that match up well against the Timbersaw, but not the rest of the game. So I think some sort of like greedier mid.
Some like OD type hero.
Oh, they actually...
Lifestealer.
I don't think Lifestealer is very good against Timber, though.
Okay, so instantly Slark.
Okay. So obviously, you know, the Dark Pack versus the Batrider's pretty nice. You leap away from the Razor. But is it that good? Because they did instant pick it, so they really, really wanted it. Do you believe in it? Either of you don't?
I like Unique's lineup a lot more compared to last game.
Okay.
So, doesn't that mean that it's a harder... Like, I feel like they can win the Timbersaw lane now.
Because of the... Yeah, I think so,
the Lifestealer doesn't really threaten you.
Timber's really good against Lifestealer. For people that don't know, just because you're a right-clicker that doesn't have burst damage or nukes, and no stun versus a Timbersaw.
I think I would have gone with Unique 100% if they they'd kept that concept of like, we're really going to dumpster this Timbersaw's game, and we're going to get a superior mid matchup to the Void Spirit. If they locked a win in both their mid and safe lane, then I would have gone their way. But
you're feeling Liquid now a little?
As a result, I think if you give Timbersaw a game here, I mean, they can still shut it down because they have Tusk Bat Rider and stuff, but I think it's just a bit harder.
Okay. Blitz, feeling the same, or are you liking this Unique, this Razor Life Stealer?
I think that Unique has to win the laning phase, and if they do, I think they'll roll to a pretty easy win, actually.
Okay.
Because this Razor could get huge off this mid matchup, and Pango, like, the Pango-Slark matchup goes both ways. Like, you leash him, but his ulti's really good during your ulti.
All right, yeah, makes sense. Will this be a 2-0 for Liquid, or light up 1-1, and will we get a game 3? Who knows? Maybe LD and BSJ do.
Prepare for battle.
Welcome back, everybody. That's right, a lot of burning questions, BSJ, but of course the most important one. Oh, how good of a Slark game is it?
I think it's a very good Slark game. The only issue we have here is that the Pangolier does hit you during your ult, but otherwise you feel good, and the viewers at home seem to think so as well, because they're about 3-1 favorites on the side of Liquid, and I think that's about accurate based on what I saw in the first game. I do think Slark can absolutely carry this. He may get off to a rough start because of the Tusk tag team. He has to be careful. Probably going to have to level Pounce here to not take too much damage.
Down and has skilled the Pounce. He's going to use it, but he's gotten extremely low.
Interesting approach. Interesting approach. He might decide to TP base at some point. No, he's just going to use the headdress from Chen to regen up.
So meanwhile, the bounty runes, they have a shot at getting all 4 here.
Taiga getting body blocked by Xerax. Oh, no, body blocked hard
3 for 4. Not too bad.
Yeah, almost got all 4, as you said. Looks like he's ready to cut the wave on Koikva.
And 19 is going to give him a few auto attacks at least, but can't really prevent this.
Yeah, you have to do this against Razor. I saw somebody not do this, and I was kind of surprised, because why not? As a melee hero, you can't really do anything to Razor. He's not very good at tanking creeps as a ranged hero. So it looks like 19 Teen is committed to dragging it behind his tier 2. The problem I see with this is Koikva is then going to drag it to his wave in front of the tier 1.
By the way,
it doesn't really accomplish anything.
I am not saying that in a team fight. 19 Teen.
Do it.
Couldn't it be 119 if you really want to?
Nah, I'm down for 19 Teen. Definitely sounds way more annoying, so that's probably what he was going for.
You can keep on doing it, but
okay.
I'm boycotting.
I think our synergy so far is not that great.
Rev up the flamethrowers in chat. You know, I don't care. Come at me. It's just too much.
I think it's just the right amount, but hey, to each their own. Perfectly fine. Mid lane, quite a weird one. Quirky one so far. Both heroes basically missing an entire wave, but Koikva does give him this extra. They actually get a 5 out of 8 creeps. Both of them lost the 3 melee creeps. Nice deny
though. The denies stacking up for our boy Koikva.
And his own range creeps above half, so Koikva can just chill.
Yeah, this is actually about as good as you can hope for as a melee hero versus a Razor.
Oh, you missed uphill. Sorry.
No, that's okay. Our side lanes, we'll check them out real quickly. Mickey getting punished by the tag team brass early on here. It does have 4 CS, but look at how much regen he's used. I think he's eaten 4 tangos already.
Yeah, the Chen does alleviate the problem just a bit, but I don't think he really makes the lane better. Oh, he is spamming the Hill Troll Priest. That is 15 health restored per half second, so that's effectively 30 health per second.
Look at this. They're moving in. They get the pounce off on Bank score. He's got 7 Essence Shift stacks.
That thing is chunking out those heals. Look at Mickey.
You know, we've been hearing some hate towards the Chen picks, saying
it looks pretty ownage right now.
Chen's overrated, not worth, but he looks pretty value for Mickey at the moment.
How do you actually deal with this, other than killing the creep that has 700 health?
I mean, it literally has infinite mana.
Yeah, it's got the mana regen aura, 2.5. That on top of it, they don't really have any abilities to spam with it, but imagine if Mickey was a hero that could spam spells. That would be incredibly annoying.
That would be the dream.
He does. Let's see what he elects to go on Slark. Does he take the Dark Pact or go for the second point in essence shifts? I'll keep an eye out on it. It looks like he's holding the point. As Koifa actually leading the CS charts despite being razored as a mid hero, as you said, or as a melee hero.
Look how it's a verb, getting razored. It is a vibe though, you know.
As long as everyone knows what I mean when I say it,
Bottom
I
lane.
think it's an acceptable
They're
term.
working on Mickey here. Where's your troll priest at now? Tag team into Swashbuckle, and they beat him down.
Yeah, it's level 2 tag team. That's pretty nutty damage at this stage in the game. He only hits for 59 himself. Pangolier hits for 60, so both heroes get a double damage rune for 5 seconds. It's pretty good.
Nice, pretty value. Well, he's going to come back. Lane is pushing, so some safer last hits for the moment. And Slark's still at 13 CS, so he's not having the worst lane considering he's got another 6 creep he could potentially last hit.
The 5-position Batrider is doing pretty well for the Lifestealer up top. He is actually the #1 CSer now. Boxy seems to be having a perfectly fine lane in terms of XP, but he is bottom of the CS in terms of all the cores.
Do you think he should be getting more done here?
I'm not 100% sure what he can do. Earthshaker, Timber, they do pretty much nothing to this Batrider hero. And if that support to support matchup is that bad, it's hard to imagine you're going to get that much farm as Boxy forced to retreat away from that fire-flying Batrider with the 3 sticky napalm stacks on him. Does fissure block, but you can't block somebody who's flying, Taiga.
You can draw fun things on the map, though.
That is true.
That wasn't particularly entertaining, but there's still time.
Yeah, definitely letting us down there.
That should be his #1 priority after last game.
Put on a show.
Yeah, it went so well for you, buddy. Have some fun.
BZZ is dragging some creeps bottom. Taking some damage, though. Does get salved up. Will he look to proc it on Mickey?
Hill Troll maybe going for a little intercept course as well. Can he score this bounty rune?
Nice shot.
Mickey away, and Insania will grab it.
Oh my god.
Instantly die. My god.
Tusk is broken, man. Minus armor from the lucky shot as well. That's 3 minus armor. Shin only has 2 armor, so they're taking more than pure damage. On Insania specifically is.
Still Mickey farming well. And did get the bounty rune. So despite the deaths in the lane, he hits level 5 top. Good paces. Zitrax on the run.
Jesus, getting out leveled by Boxy. He's only level 3 on Lifestealer. Boxy being level 5.
Taiga went mid for a little bit to try and help that lane out, and the result is Boxy getting ahead here. Doesn't want to go down, though. Has to be careful.
No fissure for 3.
Illusion is roasting him. He's got 5 napalm stacks up. Probably not enough for the kill, but we'll force him back. And now Taiga walking into it. He wants to man fight. He's got the full stick, hanging on to it for the moment. Should be okay.
They see him with the ward.
Chain forward, big commitment, no chakram just yet.
Has that over Venom.
Still diving.
No reactive stacks though, so can't really tank the tower or anything. The catapult is doing a lot of work, so that's why you look to at this stage with the Timber Saw.
And the bat's very low on mana. No stick charges, only 120, so he can get a Firefly off, but that's it. Won't be stacking the napalm up. As 19 did commit his Eye of the Storm here to farm up some neutrals in the mid lane. Koikfa 34 CS, 12 denies, so still having a really good time in the mid lane. Despite the Razor matchup, and they do end up diving and getting the kill on Illusion. In the end, he stuck around too long, and he gets punished. Now bottom, turning this fight the other way. Mickey with 4 Essence Shift stacks. Not too shabby, and he did take the second point Essence Shift now, so those will last for a decent amount of time.
Yeah, he cares only about trading. Double Wraith and Orb of Venom, no boots. Really just wants to man up on Pango whenever he can, kind of get those extra hits off, and then whenever they go with the tag team, you disengage and then re-engage after it's over. Is out-leveling the Pangolier. Timbersaw out-leveling the Lifestealer by just a bit now, since he was forced to back off on Boxy while Zerax was CSing under tower solo. Iron Talon found by somebody.
Man, Koikfa sent 19 all the way back to the base.
Mickey getting gone on. Actually forced to ulti. I don't know about forced, actually. They're just going to kill him bottom. As Koikfa TP'd in.
Kill, it might be 2. Bank score getting slowed down, and now the extra nuke damage. Great rotation by Koikfa. And nothing was being gained mid because 19 had to walk all the way back to base during that time.
Yeah, and when he's forced to TP like that, it's a really good indicator that the enemy mid laner is going to look to punish that in the other lanes. Really, something you can do as a mid laner is you see the opponent TP back in, you know, hey, I have free reign of the map, I'm highest level in the game, no counter gank's going to happen now. As Liquid looks to punish that.
Oh, no.
DD
now
rune.
Quakefo with the DD. Even if the rune was top, Taiga would have gotten it because he was there with the fissure. But far worse for this Void Spirit to be able to bottle that up.
Yeah, 2 permanent agility on Slark. Vlad's up on the Pango. First item. Very nice item for offlane Pango. All the sustain you'll ever need, mana and health. Also a nice item for the team, but Lifestealer not a carry that really benefits all that much from that lifesteal, being that he already has innate sustain. Same with Razor. He's okay, but he more so wants to just make sure he's hitting you. Going for what is most likely going to be a Yule's on 19-teen. Number 1 net worth is the Lifestealer. Fated Brooch, the Dream. Found by...
Has to be the best tier 1 item, right?
Yeah, it is. At least I think so.
Like, often I find myself keeping that, like, into the mid-game, just for the move
They
speed.
have so many good Fated Brooch heroes, too. Razor,
score,
Barret.
bottom lane.
He's in trouble over
Caught
there.
out, the pounce through. Mickey off the mark, goes for the quick TP, and it doesn't make it. Zitrax even rotates in, but he's quickly getting punished. This Lark has 13 stacks, and while that was happening, Oxy's finding a kill up top. He kills off Illusion.
How did he kill a Batrider?
Does have the boots now. Yeah, I'm a little surprised by that. Mickey's got the ult. He's going to go in on 19. Quakefa's arriving with that double damage ray snagged earlier, and it's clean up in aisle 3 as Zitrax on the run. Infest try to run the hell away. BZZ is going to use his ult to come in, but a quick dodge from Quakefa. The creep's hanging around. Quakefa wants to go for that. He gets stunned up. Will secure the retreat in the end. They did commit the Chen Hand of God there as well, but another wand fight for Liquid. A 2k gold lead. Boxy just continuing to pressure this top lane. And they're even looking for more down bottom. They've gone back in.
Oh, Daenerys
kept on chasing with BZZ. Mickey's going to make it out. Quakefa still has the DD for a little bit longer. They've really got to be careful, but the double disarm, oh, that's going to help a lot. Unique gets the kill. Outposts are going to click over now, so both teams get one. And Quakefa running, backing off. There is a ward up the hill, but 19 pretty slow. I don't know if he's going to catch him. They need that lucky shot to proc, and it's not. Up to the high ground. Quakefa looks to get away, but BZZ there to cut him off. Oh, nice job with the Remnant. And he's out of there, just barely, but he allowed himself to get slowed down. Oh, he's going to miss this regen rune top. That's unfortunate. Probably could have stepped towards it and grabbed it.
Fox is chasing Illusion.
Yeah, meanwhile, this Bat is having a miserable time of it. So much for being a good solution to Timbersaw as he nearly goes down. Is kiting him, though. The rolling thing is cooled down this fight. It's gone on so long. BZZ around the world as the Pango, but don't know if he gets this kill. Gets that one last stun with the snowball. They secure it. And what was a 2k gold lead, now under 1k. Man, it's just 5-man Dota from bot lane to top.
Mickey is now going for the defusal.
And they're stealing the stacks here, BSJ.
Oh,
look at that.
Big. Especially because it's a 5-position Batrider that's going to get a lot of levels from this. Taiga tribute to soak, but he's only level 5. Does get the... Oh. Okay, gets it.
That's always the worst feeling when you run away from the camp and then the item drops.
It's the worst when you TP. You're TPing away to be efficient, and then you're like, crap.
Do I become inefficient and cancel my TP, or do I give them a free neutral? Neither.
Tough question. Another Fated Brooch, equally OP for both sides.
Sania already has a mech.
Yeah, the standard mech rush on Chen. It's really cheap now that Headdress is overall a cheaper item in the chainmail instead of the old buckler.
Their team fight is pretty scary now, I would say. They're gonna smoke.
Oh, jelly for Slark. The Jelly Iron Talon tier 1 items, that's actually the dream for Slark.
Another DD. Quakefa, man, he's been praying to the frog. And he's being blessed.
Bottom? As we see them diving, Mickey does use his ult.
Yeah, and meanwhile, they're converging on the top lane. Illusion, will he go down again? Fissure to start. Follow up from Quakefa with the Aether Remnant. Easy kill, and it'll be a tower, though. Looks like Zirax wants to trade. Should get this with the armlet toggle. May have to wait for one more wave.
Mess it up. Oh, I just wanted to do that. It'd be much more entertaining for the people at home if he did that.
I don't know if we have the soundboard ready in case that happens, but we should just in case.
Yeah, if we ever if that ever does happen and we don't have it ready, I hope we learn our lesson and we'll have it next time.
Yeah, Dakota just needs to never sleep.
True. Sleep is overrated anyway in 2020, as Boxy does TP to the bottom lane, looking to occupy the dangerous part of the map, maybe contest the other strength core that's trying to farm the bottom lane in the life stealer. Meanwhile, Slark,
if they can just get like a single stun, oh, he can just burst him. Boxy just deletes him.
The good old Timbersaw gank onto the life stealer. That's exactly why he went there. My bad for a second. He was just trying to farm.
You know, had the armlet off, and Boxy just comboed everything real quick.
Yeah, it's heroes take a lot of damage from that whirling death, removing that.
And meanwhile, top illusion may go down again here.
I think it's Insania that's in trouble.
Have brought in reinforcements. Quakefoot wants to fight this though. Already used the double damager in earlier. Insania has the mech, has the hand of God.
Is he
very tanky, but they will work him down with the tag team. And Quakefoot says, "Good luck, brother. I'm out of here." They are gonna lasso for this though, so
he purged the sticky off himself.
Base created at least. I feel like we haven't seen Razor this game, by the way. Like, he's farming, but...
Almost has the Yules. And Lifestealer's #1 net worth. I guess we don't have to see the Razor, you know. He's just doing his own thing. He is a hero that scales very hard into the late game if he gets up those right-click items like the Sange and Yasha, Satanic, BKB, anything. When I say right-click items for Razor, I'm just saying anything that allows you to right-click, because the static link alone will do enough.
So has Unique gotten enough done here? You mentioned it's a great Slark game.
I don't know.
Are you worried about that, or do you think there's a good timing here?
I am a bit concerned because I just don't think Lifestealer is a good hero, and the Diffusal Blade is coming out soon, and the game's even. And prior to this, I don't think Liquid really needed to do anything. So the fact that it's even now is favoring Liquid, but by no means do I think Slark just wins the game automatically, kind of like a PL type hero once he gets there. I think it still has the burst potential from the Tusk plus like the Pangolier and Lifestealer Infest to bring him down at most stages of the game.
All right, BSJ, we'll see how that pans out as Quakefa moves towards the bottom lane. Ditto is coming soon, has the gold from the Mithril Hammers.
Closing
in on Insania. They're gonna catch him out again with the sharks, with the snowball, the tag team combination, and the kill secure. Good work done there, but the rotation from if it tries to cut off the retreat, it does force BZZ to head north, and that's into the waiting arms of Boxy. Now trying to jump away, it gets off the Rolling Thunder. They committed the Echo Slam for this. Not great if he just rocks his way out of there, and he TP's out, he's gone. So they do end up losing the Tusk though. That's something, at least for Liquid.
Diffusal Blade dead on Slark. Queuing up the Ags. Not necessarily a huge fan of the Ags myself, but I think it's just been nerfed a few too many times. But it's a very good mobility item, and it'll help him with following up the damage that his Earthshaker, or the stuns that his Earthshaker and Void Spear will provide. He will throw a ward on Mickey, but he looks pretty intent to chase down Illusion here. Public service announcement: one day these professional Slark players will carry a Sentry in their inventory to deward the wards that they walk through. He does purchase one now, but we're looking for, you know, proactive movement, not responsive movement. You know what I mean?
If only we could like give you like a virtual megaphone and you could beam your voice into the game.
I swear, that's the one thing I would do it for.
Action in the mid lane. Boxy caught out, being focused, has the stick. He's alive for the moment. Chen, Hand of God available, but doesn't have the mana for it. So just using the mech, they can't kill off Boxy. And back to the jungle. All the while Liquid are farming. Tough to kill off that Timber as Taiga bottom lane does get off his fissure. He's trying to complete the Blink Dagger here. The Rolling Thunder, thinking about it, hanging on to it for a moment. That's good because backup is coming in the form of Boxy, who's going to get chain stun next to the cliff, but more backup arriving. The infested Rolling Thunder special getting clipped on the shards, though. Not ideal. He'll dash up to the high ground and retreat.
They're chasing. They're not afraid of this.
Gives chase with the Chakram, but not going all the way. And still 19, just chilling, farming mid. He is finally going to get the tower. The creep's doing the dirty work.
And he used him up, used Quakefoot up to make sure he couldn't go for the deny. And map control seems to be going in favor of Team Unique, despite the Slark Diffusal coming out. They going for BKB on Razor. He's farming well. Top 2 net worths on Unique's side. Void Spirit goes for the physical damage build with the Crystallis. Back into the Ags.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
You'd rather see an Ags rush?
No, it's interesting that he's going for like a little bit of everything.
Instead of like a Deso follow-up.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's bad. I don't know the hero all that well myself in terms of exact item builds. It's just a little bit of everything usually doesn't work that well. But in this case, this hero does, I guess, do a little bit of everything. So I guess he's trying to amp himself up in all the ways he can. Boxy is in the mid lane.
Has his own Yules, and they're going to find him again. He's just constantly out in the front lines here with the creep army. He will end up falling. Couldn't get off the ult. Again, might have been short on mana. Don't think it would have saved him anyway. And Liquid scatter and retreat. Rolling Thunder deftly juked by Boxy, but they're going to slow him down now with Zitrax. Do they have any sort of follow-up control? The Yules on 19, but don't know if that's what they want to go for. They're going to go for Koifa instead. He quickly tries to disappear with the Dissimulate, gets away, but into the waiting arms of Zitrax, or is it Zitrax into his waiting arms? Who knows, but he's out of there. Everyone will retreat in the end, aside from our poor Chen, who just keeps on dying.
And Earthshaker is farming his Blink bottom. I think that's the main thing going on here that's relevant. Other than Boxy already dying again.
What? He went back in?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Well, one bold step for Boxy and a giant leap for Team Unique, who will definitely take that kill.
I was wondering which side you were going to go with for that. A giant leap back to base or giant leap forward?
Could go either way.
Yeah,
that's the beauty of it.
You went with a glass half full approach. Kind of surprised, honestly. Oh, the Yules.
It's early in the game. You know, there's plenty of time to flame later, obviously. Got to pace yourselves, right, so we don't fatigue the viewers.
Taiga honestly dies there just out of laziness. He, instead of walking to the trees to TP, he just TP'd in the middle of the lane and gets Yulesed up by the Razor.
Does have the blink. I'll slightly spend his gold first. That'll be very nice for the upcoming fight.
If they're smart, they'll realize that he was TPing home after farming for a reason. And Unique should be prepared for this Blink Dagger Earthshaker. This is about the time, somewhere between 15 to 20 that comes out. And
Liquid won an outpost here.
Down by 4K though.
Looks like it's not going to be contested. Yeah, they should get it for free.
The issue I have for Slark in this game is he's going to have to pop his ultimate no matter what, just because they do so much damage on the side of Unique that anybody he hits, unless they're stunned, he can't afford to trade hits with him. With the Desolator on the Lifestealer, you have the tag team from the Tusk, even just the fact that Razor can static link you, and even the Pango disarm. They have so much physical minus armor sustain damage on Unique.
They've seen Zitrax.
He sees that he's under a ward on Slark.
They are hunting under cover of smoke. Feeling himself, this is going to result in a Unique rotation. Meanwhile, mid lane, Boxy showing himself. There are 3 in reserve, including the Razor. They're going to rotate over. They have the Echo Slam with the Blink Dagger. He's hanging onto it for the they get Bat Rider kill. Snow forward, Fang score. He's manning up. He needs to back off, though. This Timber Saw is getting off an insane amount of damage with the nukes. The setup looking for kill number 3. But the turnaround could come now with the Rolling Thunder combined with the Infest. But getting juked, getting jived. Mickey's alive for the moment. He tries to leap out. He's still losing his damage, though. Yeah. They lose the Slark, and the rest of the team has to get out.
I can see why he needs the Ags, because he can't pounce in at all without just dying to everything on the side of Unique. So now that I see it playing out, he really does need this Ags, and I think he needs to take a chill pill before he farms for it. Lifestealer, you know, this hero fell out of meta. He was going Maelstrom Rush a lot, and Zitrax has been going for this heavy physical damage build that may be viable right now in this game because of the fact that the Tusk makes his mid-game damage so much more potent. And as he scales into the late game with these items, it's going to be scary. We see the replay of this engagement. They get a nice burst onto the Bat Rider. Tusk kind of isolating himself a bit there, feeding a permanent agility to the Slark. But then that overcommit of the pounce on the BKB Razor. Didn't check his items, I guess. You would not have done that if he did know.
And that was an awkward fight because Taiga was not in position to get a Blink Echo. And by the time he could have, Razor hit his BKB. We had a Rolling Thunder Pango. Like, this Blink Echo is a bit difficult to pull off with 3 forms of magic community already on Unique.
Oh, he gets bumped to the high ground. Doesn't get the lasso.
Has the lasso. Hinds onto it. It's going to pull him back in. Is anybody going to finish this Void? It looks like they will. They'll get 2, in fact. Unique surging forward, looking to force that game 3. They're up by 7K. They're pulling ahead. BSJ, they might be doing it.
Yeah, I actually think this Tusk hero is broken, man. I don't know. It's so much damage. You have all these heroes like Timbersaw, like just any strength hero that just gets evaporated by the overwhelming amount of damage in the mid game. And they think like, hey, we can just, we're not going to be able to be bursted because they're pretty light on stuns, all things considered. You rely on just this Bow Rider lasso, and they just die in a matter of seconds. So this overwhelming damage. The Blink Dagger on Pango gives them an extra bit of catch. The Lifestealer with that AC is going to amp up that physical even more, going for the Abyssal Blade after. Once he's infested, that Abyssal Blade is going to be still spell doom for pretty much everyone that gets blinked on by the Pango.
And they have plenty of ways to siege here with the Lifesteal Rage and the Razor with the BKB. Very tanky heroes. Good counter initiation with the Snowball and the Blink Lasso, or Force Staff Lasso, I guess in this case. So, you know, they can pretty safely smack buildings. Just have to watch out for the Echo, but if they spread out, they shouldn't get caught.
Yeah, Aegis will be really powerful for them just because the Echo is really the only threat to bursting them when they go for the high ground. So they'll look probably to get a kill here, turn it into an Aegis, and then go high ground with it. Looks like they were considering sneaking Roche, but I think the play is to get a kill first. You have such high kill potential.
Well, the Chen creeps walking in. The Razor passive did hit one of them. And it's Insania again who tanks this. The ideal target if you're Liquid. But it is a death again on the
Boxy.
And this is the much bigger kill. They're going to find him here. Boxy is going to be able to change his way out of that through the Yule Scepter.
That does not look like a tanky hero. He has reactive armor plus 20 armor. And that Tusk damage, man, it is actually insane. I think teams are going to start first round banning this hero. I don't see how you ever tank up through it. And it just seems really difficult.
500 for every volley of auto attacks.
Yeah, it's just insane. Like, it also slows you so you can't move. It's like a Scotty that also just makes you hit like a truck. And Lifestealer is a carry that makes great use of it with that fast attack speed.
At some point, we'll see BKB, right? And maybe that's where things can turn around when Mickey gets one.
BKB doesn't stop tactic.
It doesn't? It says it doesn't get
I actually need to check that.
It says Pierce the Spell Immunity, no. Is that just the slow?
It might be just the slow.
Probably just the slow, I would guess. But that still will help, at least.
Yeah, it does. You still get to punch them, though, which is...
Yeah, I mean, that's
annoying to get locked down.
They're just going to get blown up, feels like. Like, yeah. Chen, you think about him as a hero that can throw out the saves, but he's dead at the start of every fight. Here we go. Push on to mid, Unique. Feeling confident with their Aegis Lifestealer. Yasha now completed on 19. Actually make it a Sanjin Yasha. Even tankier.
Yeah, very natural item buildups for the side of Unique. Spider legs. Who's he gonna... Oh, I take it for myself every time.
It's a pretty dream item for Razor.
I'd say it's the Faded Brooch of tier 3 items for sure.
I feel like that's situational. You know, like there's times where you want that Titan Sliver.
I think every single game there's one hero that loves spider legs. Like, I don't think you never see spider legs in the item stash. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I mean. You never, it's like Greater Fairy Fire, okay, maybe sometimes, but Chanted Quiver probably get put into the dumpster.
I do, but that's because I'm in the dumpster tier.
That's true.
So DCC is going to start running and then turn around here. They get off the Yule Scepter. A lot of damage being stolen. This Razor has 197 stolen damage. He can go ham. And with the help of the Rolling Thunder, I don't think Boxy makes it out of here. All the heals in the world being thrown out, but a Walrus Punch. The Echo Slam committed. Maybe this is the turnaround. Taiga, he's kept Boxy alive. Can they turn the fight? They lose the Shaker for that. Mickey, he's got to pounce to the high ground. So all of that just to kill off a Tusk. They do pop the Aegis as well, though. Xerax going hard in the paint, working on Mickey, who jumps away. And while that's happening, they end up losing their prized Timbersaw. All the way up at the cliff. Did get lassoed there.
Oh, it looks so good, and it just didn't matter.
Well, but now there's no Echo, and it's just time to go high ground. They're going to throw the medallion on this Lifestealer, bring the tower down to half before the glyph comes out.
With that medallion, he has 38 armor.
How do they get him a second time? It's going to be tough. They do. The Aghanim's complete now on the Void Spirit, so the silence is there to try and potentially burst him before he can get off a rage, but he could use it preemptively. Fish hammering down this melee.
He has Infest.
And he'll get out. So yeah, now you've got a 3,400 HP Razed running around at 550 move speed. He's feeling pretty buff, and he's stealing a lot of mid-gauge damage. So 210. Unique, just a wrecking ball. Charging to the bottom lane. Liquid are looking flabbergasted and totally clueless as to how to turn this fight, how to turn this game. Down 16k, down a second melee. And I think we're going to a game 3.
Already preparing for game 3 with the mental damage coming out from these tips. You got to respect the foresight going into the next game to take the whole series from Unique's side. I would say that the first game, as we see in potential other engagement, Boxy heals up.
There's no Echo Slam for 30 seconds, but they get the kill with the silence from the Ags.
Sign of life.
Quickfoot, big play from him. Can they get the bench score kills? Well, he's in no man's land, and now he's in the fountain.
Sorry, says 19teen.
All right, still still some kills going the other way. A little sloppiness from Unique, leaving the door slightly cracked open,
tower is under attack.
but only slightly.
This game just doesn't really scale for Slark when he gets to this point. That's the problem. You can never tank up enough to not have to ult before static link, before the Panga, or before the Tusk hits you, like before you get lassoed. It's just a super awkward game now that your team is not enough of a threat that the opponent can't just focus you down.
You will be very disappointed to know, BSJ, that 19 has abandoned his spider legs.
No.
For a Grove bow.
No. Okay, they gave it to Tusk, so like I said, they'll always have it on somebody. The day I will be disappointed is when I see it in that neutral item stash. That's the day.
Put that in the tilting playbook, you know, to just get you to throw up.
It's so much movement speed.
He had 550. Now he's got the smoke now, so he's at 512, but he was at 460 something. I guess he also that's before too. Still, it's a lot of movement speed, like you said. Lasso coming through. Taiga here. He's got the Echo Slam, but I don't think he's going to have any opportunity to use it. Now Boxy on the run. Bank score. He's locked onto this Earthshaker, and they're going to lose him off the start of the fight. Has the buyback, but this is not where you want to be fighting. Boxy tries to stay alive with the Lotus Orb. It ain't going to happen. Well, maybe it will. No, never mind. No, it won't. They get the kill. Roshan still down for a little while, but they can just push in these other lanes and get prepped.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I don't really know what their plan of attack here is on Liquid. It just seems too difficult to get the fight they want. I think they're going to rely on Unique overextending and grouping up just a bit too much for that Echo Slam. But with Rage from Lifestealer, with the roll from Pango, this built-in magic immunity, seems easier said than done.
This is a really pure utility Pango build, and it's been working out super well this game. Not a single Javelin picked up yet, but he has plenty of damage, you know, with these cores. It's just, and the Tusk is just all about locking the enemy down. It's worked out well.
Radiant's top tower.
And they'll now go for the tower top. Zitrax clean it up. Moving towards the tier 2. Unique are being quite surgical about this after their 2 deaths in the Radiant base. Just want to secure the objective, secure the map control, and then hopefully either the Megas or the Roche. They're not waiting for the Roche. They are grouping up like they want to go. Let's see.
They can just Rage Siege, I think. Yeah.
Man, how do you deal with this? That's the question.
So much of the tower. He's going to infest on the way out. Oh, no, he's just going to walk away. Round 2 in 9 seconds.
With the glyph coming through, yeah, they're going to be going for round 2. Right here.
Trying to farm bottom. That isn't.
47 armor on this Lifestealer, and now the lasso coming through. Taiga caught on the backside. No Echo Slam for you, sir. He's going to have to buy back. This is the last lane. Nothing to hold on to if you can't win this fight. Quakefoot in the front lines, doing what he can. Taiga looking for the opening, but again, he's been caught out here. They've seen it with the shards. They're going to be able to interrupt any sort of blink initiation. Vangscore tanks it, and he will drag them to the south side. And doing so, gives a little agi away. And now in the trees, Quakefoot has found another. It's the Pango of BZZ. BZZ's going to likely go down to no jumps away. Does manage to heal himself up a little bit with the Essence Ring. It's not enough, and the Roche could be up momentarily.
If that pounce hadn't landed, I think Vanscore might have gotten out there.
Infest here on Illusion, but 400 health on a Batrider? Yeah, I don't know about that. And he's packing heat with the Lifestealer inside of it.
Mickey queuing up the Butterfly. Pretty much his only way to reliably kind of survive through the tag team. Punch does have true strike, but the rest of their heroes do not. And it will make him dish out the damage even faster. He had the basher queued up, but I don't think disables are your problem. I think you need to rack as much agility as possible, as quickly as possible. And I don't think armor's the trick. I think they can't be hitting you, and Butterfly seems to be the answer. Does have the Dark Pack damage, attack speed, and strain talents. Pretty standard stuff, but at this stage in the game, down by 21k. Lasso on his chin. Insania, no.
Again. Insania is going to go down again. Just a matter of when, not if. Boxy chaining away. Roche is up very
died
soon.
to an Abyssal Zitrax.
And Zitrax is chasing for more here. Is he going to get a follow-up bash on Boxy? Yes, he does, but team not quite there. The shards are coming through. Boxy, Snowball rolling in. They're going deep for this one.
Zitrax just doesn't care.
Yeah, they're going to go top. Easy lane of Mega Groups to be claimed. Unless Liquid can mount the defense of their life. You have to buy back on the Void Spirit. The Glyph comes out, trying to save at least one core buyback, but the push keeps on coming. They'll have Rage in 8 seconds. And Roche is going to be up whenever this push ends. So whoever wins this fight is getting that Roche. And all likelihood trying to commit onto Zirax's mid game. He's brought him down to maybe 2/3 HP, but that's with his whole ultimate committed. And now he's just dead. Deleted from the fight. He'll come back for round 2. They're rolling deep. Unique just doing whatever they want to Team Liquid. Where's that Echo Slam? We're still waiting for Taiga to get it off. He just can't find the opening. Everyone's either BKB'd, infested, rolling thundered, or just out of position. All the way in the back. Spider legs stalling. 19 coming back in. Still waiting for that shaker. Still waiting for that echo. He just can't find the opening. And while that's happening, the megas are complete. They're racing towards the tier 4s. It's a dieback on the Slark. That echo, I guess, is being saved for game 3. And it's going to be a 1 tie.
So do you think they're going to pick our shaker again to make use of that investment?
If you start the game with Echo Slam, hell yeah. Okay, sounds pretty great to me.
Yeah, just would it be the best?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's courier has been killed. Dire's top tower is under attack.
That's just topic.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Gold and sweet.
Radiant are scanning. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's courier has been killed. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under
Release me away.
Is it you heard not my warnings? Games to see. Double damage! Illusion!
Try a bit harder next time. Precious power. Try a bit harder next time.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
A golden thread.
Radiant are scanning.
Really now?
Where are you
should have
watching?
seen that coming. Really now? You should have seen that coming.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Got it. Never refuse gold given.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack. Radiant's middle barracks has fallen. Radiant's middle barracks are under attack. Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
Really now? You should have seen that coming.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's ancient is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
The dusk is always ready for a fight.
LD and BSJ to find out.
Prepare for battle.
Very cool of you.
That's right, everybody. We are back for the climactic final game here of the Toilet Bowl of Group B. Both teams 0-2 BSJ. They look kind of sloppy at best, but somebody is going to get a win off of this game 3.
That's the positive mental attitude about the Toilet Bowl, and looks like that last game convinced the viewers just a bit more that Team Unique could take this game, but still leaning in favor of Liquid.
Well, we'll see if they can do it. The teams have entered the field of Dota, guys. It's time. See what sort of brilliance they can unlock.
He already started off strong as he goes down 34 seconds before the bounty runes come out. That Tusk tag team, we've talked about, it's pretty decent.
Nobody's banning them.
I will not bet against Tusk. From everything I've seen so far in like the 2 weeks we've been casting so far, Tusk seems absolutely insane. Even when it loses, it looks strong. So here we go, round 2. Are they gonna catch Tiger? He has fire spirits.
Oh no, not like this. Liquid are crumbling, and they're gonna give up at least the 2 bounty runes, possibly 3. BZZ gets them, and it'd still make it claiming it. So
he's going for it. Oh no, okay. So Insania is gonna go get it.
Speeding his way over.
He's got to momentum though. He's gonna have to TP, yeah.
Or he's just gonna die. Gets off the slow. He's gonna man up, but I don't think you're stopping BZZ
I don't know what he's doing.
This man is insane.
Body block. Even then, you just lost so much HP with no headdress. You only have 1.8 health regen.
And yeah, you don't have that much regen with the early Bassi pickup. So we'll see how much more he gets punished for.
Is it really worth going the full Bassi when you have a carry like Faceless Void?
Yeah, that seems quite odd, and in fact, he may just die here. One more auto attack, BZZ.
What?
He just pokes him down.
The Sage's Mask is 225 and gives you 1 mana regen, and the recipe for Bassi is 150, which only gives you an extra 0.4. I think that's really inefficient if your carry can't make use of the fact that you have this Bassi.
It does feel like it's sort of an autopilot buy, like he wasn't thinking that much about, like, how's this item going to work with my lane?
Just becoming skeptical already based on what we've seen so far, and just nobody else picking these heroes or playing this way. So we'll see how it plays out for him. Maybe he'd like to take a point in time dilation early on because of this CM aura as well as the Bassi, but...
And meanwhile, just Tusk, you know, diving Taiga, chasing it through the wave, has the boots, and taking full advantage of it.
Taiga didn't get a level 2 off this, though. Gets all the last hits. Very nice.
The good news, I guess, is Koikfa seems to be doing reasonably well so far in this mid lane. Quaswex Invoker, obviously not the strongest laner. He's been dodging the tornadoes and getting good CS, so looks like mid should go relatively well, all things considered. But is that going to be enough?
That is a good question that we can only find out with time.
And now top lane, Zidrax going in. The Phoenix has swooped forward. This homie missile, is it going to bonk him in time? Almost.
Going to bonk him later, just not right now.
Oh, forcing the Centaur low as well. He's almost out of regen. So seems like the top lane, the harass is ramping up.
Yeah, I like Gyro with Tusk. Gyro's only issue is he doesn't click hard enough in the early game, and he's also a ranged hero that doesn't have to trade with Centaur. You can actually just hit him and not worry about... They don't have any stuns, so you can just walk away. Very fast hero, Gyro. 321 base movement speed. Come on, Valve. Or Icefrog, you can make that one more.
Would that really help you sleep at night?
It really would.
Good.
Just give Gyro, you know, some base agi or something so it goes up by 1. Boxy is going to contest this big camp pull in the top lane. Vanscore still level 1, but Tusk pretty scary with just that level 1, to be honest with you. He's going to get level 2 off this jungle creep as Gyro is just continuing to free farm. But number 1 CS and number 2, both on the side of Liquid. Mickey leading the charts. They're all pretty close, though. Every core is getting what they need this game.
Yeah, Mickey having a good time. And freely time walking back whenever he takes the damage from the God's Rebuke. He's going to move in. Looks for the Willow.
A tree there to spear to.
Spear does not connect, and just pray into the Bash Gods. Might be able to kill BZZ if he gets one. Insania's going to have a Crystal Nova soon. Saves it any day, as wouldn't not have been enough for the kill. You know, on the mid lane, Quakefa getting the pull off. Can he find the solo kill? Nice body blocking. Yeah. Ghost Walk forced out.
He does have salve and stick charges on 19.
That always feels bad as Quaswex Invoker. It's such a huge mana expense. 200 mana. But living is also important. So yeah, cores are doing well for both teams overall. Who are you giving the edge to out of this? If it's an even trade, which for the moment it is, as I say that. Stomp top, but no follow-up.
I think even trades favor Unique. I think they're going to come online way sooner. I think Centaur is heavily countered by Invoker. I don't think I've seen a Centaur have a successful game against the Invoker. That Cold Snap Speared Vessel is actually deadly for heroes like Centaur who are trying to farm. Anytime he doesn't have ult, he kind of just dies. And if he does ult and you manage to clip him with that tornado, it's quite frustrating. Vanscore committing seppuku on the jungle creeps here, as he will have a longer respawn time for it, but anything's better than giving it to the opponent team, as it's going to come down to whether or not Liquid can get farm while their ults are on cooldown in the mid game, because they have very little cooldown reliance on Unique. Even Mars without his ultimate can still be relatively impactful in fights, but despite an even CS in the bottom lane, Mickey is off to an experienced lead. It looks like Insania doing a good job of not taking too much of that XP. Illusion picks up 2 of the bounty runes, 2 for 2 on both sides. Liquid taking the top 2, and Unique taking the bottom 2.
Well, 19 is really caught up here in the mid lane. 25 and 8.
Just so you know, his name is 19.
Did you get a confirmation from
no, I just know you don't want to say it, so I just like giving you crap for it. I'm sorry.
I could also, I'll say 119.
Okay, 119. I'm down for that.
119.
Bottom lane, we just see constant trading coming out. Might be going down on BZZ. That slow from Insania is pretty insane.
Give me a bash. Give me a bash. It ain't gonna happen.
Oh, I thought he had Normal Venom. He actually doesn't. Interesting.
Taiga, meanwhile, up top. He should be fine. Oh, close call.
But now there's no Taiga here.
Yeah, stop comes through, but they're just gonna look to punish him. Boxy's too tanky, though. Taiga in danger. Has to run away. A little bonk onto Boxy, and the follow-up barrage scores the kill.
Any hero that have to click Centaur for damage is really nice, and Gyro being a perfect example of that. Does go down. Surprised they picked the Centaur into the Tusk. I think Centaur as a concept is what we've been talking about, is countered by Tusk. I think either you need to ban the Tusk or pick heroes that are not countered by it, in terms of, like, you saw why you lost to it the first game, or the second game of the series, excuse me. And just doesn't feel like they really adjusted in the draft, so that's why I've been a bit skeptical going into this game.
Oh, big rotation by 119. Nice the spear comes through perfectly timed. No walking it off for you, sir. 119, a big rotation from him. And by the way, prior to that, he was about like 600 gold up on Quakefa. No, a little bit less now that he spent the time on the gank. But is Invoker supposed to win this matchup this hard? I thought Storm did pretty well.
I think it should be pretty equal, maybe a bit in favor of Invoker, and I think Storm will get what he wants out of the lane. He's got his level 6, he's almost level 7, going to be stacking, or farming a stack in the jungle. Should be getting a neutral item from this. What do you think? Faded Brooch, Arcane Ring, what do we want on Storm
maybe
here?
A Mango Tree.
Mango Tree could work.
Tree.
Yeah. Iron Talon is okay, actually, now on range heroes too. There's the Arcane Ring, that's a pretty nice one.
I'll just retire now.
Sorry.
Clearly, I don't know what the frick I'm talking about.
You just got to know which items to pray to the Ice Frog God, as we see a rotation
pressure onto Mickey. He gets ensnared. He will jump away, but Insania doesn't have that level of mobility. Quakefa comes in onto BZZ, trying to stand his ground, and, well, gets the kill, but now out of mana, out of bottle charges. They can give him a solitary mango. Look who's prowling down. It's 119. Good shards. Slowing the retreat down. The TP comes in. They've got to bring the whole squad in. And Quakefa's courier gets sniped. No regen for him. They'll give him the one mango. And 119 just waiting. This could be a massive tornado. Is he going to find the right angle for this EMP coming through? Quakefoot dodging away, but the homing missile going to chase him. Now they're stampeding. They're retreating from their tower. Some of them are anyway. The tornado comes in a bit later on. That's going to interrupt this combo. Zitrak's low. Zitrak's dead. There's just 9 heroes here. And yeah, BZZ's like, screw that, man. I'm getting mine top.
Yeah, the main team fighter for Unique is said, I'm out of here. Not dealing with this crap. As he may have been useful for that.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
62 kill score. Only a slight net worth lead, though, for Unique. Gyro didn't have his treads yet, so even though he had a pretty decent start, didn't really have the inventory net worth of items to resemble that going into that fight. So maybe why he went down there. And he had already used his ultimate. They did extend cooldown as a trade-off for giving him a much lower cooldown flat cannon, but that second missile does do a ton of damage. So if you ever do catch people with that plus the arena could be pretty heavy burst in the mid-game against Liquid's lineup.
They've seen Boxy. This is why Tornado tough combo to play. With the cold snap, the shards not quite catching him, but the roll through, it will at least slow him down. The tank team follow up. I don't know if they have the damage. They need BZZ to spear him. He will, and he's just in range. Scores the kill with the rebuke. Quakefoot can do naught but watch as
Zitrak hitting bottom.
Do they get the double outpost here? We're almost at 10 minutes. They're going to get the bottom one.
Is Mickey going to go for top?
I don't... Quakefoot could ball in, but it's real risky.
BZZ's here.
He's not going to let this stand. BZZ waiting to interrupt.
Yeah, nice.
Patience from BZZ. Gets him with the spear. The TP's coming in. Can they get the kill? Arena gets dropped. Mickey has Chrono. He may have no choice but to use it. He gets feared. He gets pushed back by the Arena. He keeps on walking into it. That's the combo that you're looking for, and that's the death of the Void, as well as both out going the way of Unique. Now grabbing their bounty rooms. They're going to get 3. It's a big W for them. Oh, and they got the tower bottom.
Yeah, Zitrak's just getting all the space he could ever want, while Void is suffering the consequences of really just trying to get too much done on his own. I think that was a greedy move from Liquid. Quakefoot was coming up there to potentially get it with him and just said, oh, you got it, you take care of it, but
I gotta hit creeps.
Yeah, that's a big objective, to just trust the opponent will give to you.
Oh, nice bait there with the Stampede, dragging Bankscore in quite deep. Invokers arrive, but wants to be careful not to get caught.
Defensive call down.
Taiga will be stunned up here by the Cursed Crown. Now the EMP Tornado coming through. He's got to drop the egg just to get out safely. Storm balling in, almost out of mana. Quakefoot, a hefty commitment with the Chrono follow-up. Can they get this Invoker kill? The spear comes through. It is going to slow down the initiation, but they still score the kill. So 5 rotate, and they get 3.
Not a bad play by them there. Utilizing those huge ultimates. And that was the strength of Liquid's draft coming in. And the real concern for me was what happens when those ultimates are on cooldown. So I'm going to look to see what Unique tries to get done during this time. Putting a little bit of pressure on mid lane is BZZ, but gonna need a little bit of assistance, which is on the way. Smoke up from Vanscore and Illusion.
They're ready to go behind him. There is an Ops Ward, but it was not in range to scout this one out. Wakefoot's got to play it safe. Good scan, gives them the uphill breach along with a nice ward plant. Just a bit out of range of any
Centaurs here.
Sentries, and they look to set up. They know those big ults are on cool. Roxy's dangerously low. Vanscore gets revealed, and now Fire Spirit's coming out. They lay in the Cursed Crown, and now they're going to try to scare him away. It's a big snowball roll forward. Vanscore keeps on getting baited with these snowballs and then punished by the Sunray. He's melting. He's dead. Liquid are just consistently catching this Tusk out of position now. Really has to be careful with the snowball.
I'm not a Mask Menace on Gyro here. I think
I was about to ask you if I'm just out of touch or if that's the new build.
I've seen people go Mask of Madness, but generally that's when they don't have like reliable way of getting on top of you and bursting you. But with against heroes like Storm, I think every bit of tankiness is really important. I don't even mind if he goes like Ags into the Mask of Madness if he really wants to go like Satanic Butterfly later. And he gets that initial tankiness, but only sitting on 1,200 health.
It's like he'd better not die until he gets those next few HP items.
If he dies a single time, barely, I will say this Mask of Madness was a big mistake.
Well, this is a potential kill on Quakefoot. It looks like they could set up for it.
And Vizorin is strong.
They've got Bedlam ready. Is it enough burst on its own?
He will 100% die if he gets speared to a tree, because he'll get rooted, and then the God's Rebuke plus Bedlam will be enough.
Yeah, Void's off top, so there won't be a Chrono counterplay. It's also on cooldown. There is the Centaur Stampede and a Blink Hoof Stomp.
Okay, the Blink could make a difference if he doesn't cast his spells on Willowfest.
There's great vision right now. They're going to find that Spear initiation. Do they go in here? Yep, they commit forward. The Stomp counters it, though. Storm low, and Storm it just barely dying. Now Boxy out of mana. They're going to commit the arena, looking for the follow-up kills. They know they can play aggro, but the egg ushers them away. So they'll settle for the one. They'll wait for it to end, and then they can go in for round 2. Moving on to Boxy. Oh, just off the mark. BZZ barely whiffing the spear. Meanwhile, Vanscore snowballing it onto Insania, not grouping up with the team, but BZZ also low to this Phoenix. Has to be careful not to burn down. Sweeping forward.
Storm's alive in 5, so yeah, he got a tape out. Good play from BZZ there. Disengage 19-teen, as well as the rest of Unique, because the Storm Spirit, this is when he cleans up. He is going to TP top. Mickey farming up that Maelstrom. What are you giggling at over there?
You're 19-teen.
Hey, I know everyone in chat either thinks it's funny or thinks I'm really annoying, and I hope they don't think I'm annoying.
There's going to be, like, you know, a distinct, like, schism in chat between the 119s and the 19-teens.
Yeah. I know all you 19-teens out there. I'm there with you guys. Just know you have a friend in me.
Stop creeping on chat, BS.
Sorry, guys.
The youngsters are off limits.
Okay, so Mickey does take the top tower. Chronosphere at the ready. He's going to TP to the tier 2. Liquid looking to sync up with him here. Looking for a big engagement with those ultimates.
They have the Stampede. They have the Blink. Vanscore is there. Throws out the shards off the mark, and they should be able to get the Tusk kill. He's going to stall it out a little bit, but they're going on mid in the same moment. Trying to catch out Quakefa here. They get the Spear initiation. That's definitely the bigger kill if the Storm goes down, and he does. Well played by Unique.
Yeah, this Invoker Mars combo is something we've seen several times throughout the tournament. Really potent. You can easily hit that spear as they land without being able to dodge it at all at any hero.
He did a mini ball out, but then the tornado clipped him because he just went straight down.
So he got a little greedy with it,
I guess, and he also just went in a straight line. So a bit unfortunate. Well, Gyro's not dying. Seems like the Mask of Madness is going to pay off. He's already got the point booster.
They're smoked,
pretty much as Ogre.
Oh, no,
have I jinxed him? As I say it, they're all going for him.
Good map awareness there.
Just the bounty runes. So a 2 for 2 on those.
Wow, what a TP from Zirax. TPing from his tier 2 mid to his tier 2 top. I don't know if that's worth it anymore now that you, it's basically twice as much to TP there in terms of gold, right? It also sacrifices your map positioning, which means you can't TP for this fight mid.
Speaking of which, that fight is breaking out. Quick, fast, in a hurry. Boxy. Cold Snap, quite a nuisance for him. He doesn't get very far with the Stampede. Again, Vanscore, though, he's balled in really deep with the Snowball. They've got the Chrono. It's a beautiful bubble. It connects on 4 heroes. What a play by Mickey. Do they get the egg off in time, though? That's a bit late to get those follow-up kills, but still 2 secured. Oh, man, if the Phoenix was just ready a tiny bit sooner, that's like a team wipe there. Still, great plays, and off of that, can they push? That's the question.
Probably not. I think
they seem a little hesitant.
Yeah, they did gyro ulti for something. Why did he gyro ulti?
Just to stall the push, I guess?
Yeah, maybe.
But it is longer cooldown now. Like, you kind of have to think about it.
Yeah, it's definitely not one you can just toss out anymore willy-nilly, as they're looking to go on him. Ball lightning from long range.
Big ball from Quakefa. Doesn't hit him with damage, though, from the ball lightning. Do they have to follow up? And Stay is trying, but Zirax staying alive. Invoker's coming in. The Host Stomps there. Follow up, double edge. Not quite enough damage. He's still alive. He keeps on retreating out. The tornado interrupts the chase, and now the Cursed Crown gets the double stun. Taiga in all kinds of trouble. Just gets skewered by BZZ, and yeah, Mickey's like, I can't help you guys. I'm going to be farming.
That's just when I wish he had the Yoke Club. He barely died there.
Man, if Quakefa's ult hit there, that's a clean kill. But yeah, the gyro is just a bit too fast.
That level 1 Storm ulti is just too slow in comparison. You see there, he's only level 11. Almost gets the burst from the Centaur, but they have to use all the Phoenix Spirits and Sunray duration on Zirax, and they pay the price for that overcommitment. Odd play to make to your own safe lane at this stage in the game, but no Chronosphere, no Centaur Stampede, and they're looking to go again on Unique. Zania
rolling under the tower. Quick jump forward with the Tusk punch. Almost enough for the kill. The Tornado will secure it. It does cost them the Tusk slice. Once again, Vanscore's dying a lot. They drop the arena, get the skewer up, but again, it's the egg. This time, though, they're ready. They focus it down, then they follow up with the kill on Boxy. That's 3 dead. Looking real shaky here.
Taiga has gotten back. He is back to base as he warns his team to get back. We see Zitrax going to salve himself up, taking the mid tower.
Well played, sir.
I just, you know, I got to make sure you understand why they're doing this voice lines. Bottom.
Yeah, Mickey. I think he's just dead. Can he time walk?
Oh! Spirit Vessel does reduce that hero.
The TPs are coming in. They're committing for this one. They have a God's Rebuke suit. He gets bashed. BZZ not going anywhere. Oh, he gets baited. And they needed that one. Liquid will take that kill.
Yeah, soon is loosely defined. It says 2 seconds on there, but the time dilation is making it actually 8 seconds.
The eternal disappointment.
It's a little bit deceiving. It used to like extend the counter on your cooldown.
And then just move slower.
Yeah, now it just moves slower. Okay, so any big items coming out? We do have the Grove Bow on Zitrax. Ags complete. His damage output is quite insane. It doesn't extend the range of his Ags, I believe. Let's see here. Yeah, it does not extend that, but it does make his spells do more damage to whatever he's attacking, which is nice. Top lane, 19-teen. Nope, they're not going to go for it. He's disciplined, going mid instead onto Mickey.
Can they burst him? Nice uppercut. They're interrupting him. He just can't get a damn spell off. Yeah, he needs this BKB. Buys the Ogre Club. He's getting closer.
He just can't show in lanes. And the problem I have with Liquid's lineup is none of their heroes farm lanes without showing their hero in the middle of the creep wave. And that kind of hero against Tornado Spear combo, you're just gonna die. You know, you have these illusion heroes, these long-range nukers. Phoenix is the only one, really.
Oh, they were hunting for Boxy, and he just TP's out in the middle of the lane. Illusion thought he was in the trees.
You gotta respect the try from Illusion. That's
a bit of bad luck there.
Yeah. They broke the smoke, so he knew he was right there. But it's nighttime, so he didn't quite see him. You miss every terrorize you don't throw. LD, I believe that's how the saying goes.
Yeah, famous shamanic words from ancient Celtic culture.
That's exactly what I was thinking, yeah. Invoker did walk through a ward sentry here, so they're completely aware that he's here, along with Vanscore and Illusion.
And they are completely disinterested in fighting him until they get this BKB, I want to say.
Zirax also close to BKB, farming way faster than Mickey this game.
Yeah, the mass command is definitely paying off at this point. He's just turbo farming, 2.5k up on the Void, and he's been more involved overall this game.
Yeah, I'm personally a big fan of the Ags into Mask of Madness, but I do think as long as you don't get punished for the lack of HP early, it does give you a bit more efficiency going the other way around. So he is quite farmed, leading the net worth charts by about 2,500 over anyone else. Radiant does get the D ward.
Taiga's showing himself top. Insania's not really the hero that can save him. If 19 or 119.
19-teen, yep.
Yeah. Gets the interruption.
Catapult with a lacquer. We've seen it. It's powerful.
They're getting close to this BKB on Mickey. Is that the game changer, BSJ? Is that when like suddenly Liquid can take fights?
Makes it so he doesn't feed. I don't know. It doesn't necessarily change the fights because the fights have been won off of his chrono anyways, and he's hit like 4 heroes. And I think if he hits like at least 2 or 3, they're gonna win that fight specifically. It's between the fights that concerns me. But he does need the BKB. Let's be clear about that.
Game is definitely slowed down. Just both teams content to farm. It is a solid lead for Team Unique.
Yeah, the problem I have with Team Liquid's lineup is once Zitrax is in BKB form, even if he's chronoed, where is the damage?
It's all magic.
Literally all magic.
Late game, they'll have solutions, I imagine, but that's going to take a while as they jump on the mid lane. BZZ, he's been caught out. The Terrorize coming through, but it did not actually hit those 2 heroes on the backside who finished him off from
you miss every Terrorize you don't throw, LD.
and then sometimes you miss many of the terrorizers you do throw.
True.
But
I think that's the other wise words from the whatever you said.
You miss 100% of the terrorizers you throw. That just sounds defeatist.
Oof.
Can they rush? They got a DD on
They don't have good sustain is the problem. No Vlads or anything.
They're hanging in the area. They definitely want to take a fight by the looks of things. Quickfoot with the Arcane Rune and the DD. He packs a punch.
Boxy's making this very obvious they're all here, though. You don't walk up to that tower like that unless your entire team is behind you.
And they are still threatening to go in on him. Homie missile coming through. Mickey just waiting in the wings. And 119 about to reveal. Up the hill. They're throwing into Sunray. BZZ just walks into the damn thing. Now the rock gets dropped. Gyro can't focus it down because of the Chronosphere. It's going to drop and it's going to blow up BZZ. They've killed off the Mars. They've committed 2 ultimates for it. Now they want to get out. I got fighting though, standing strong. A beautiful ultimate by Insania with the hoof stomp combination. Ooh la la, Liquid just cleaning them up. 4 heroes dead like that. What a combo.
Was that a shout from Blitz over there out of excitement? I think I heard something.
Yeah, some unsportsmanlike conduct from one of our analysts.
Call the floor, call the judges. We need to know if he gets a penalty for that.
God, you think their team fight is this Chrono Egg, but this hoof stomp.
That's the real ravage.
Look at this thing. They all just walk into it too. The dream.
That is what dreams are made of, LD.
Or nightmares if you're unique, but
it's all perspective.
Now we know who you're rooting for.
True. Bye, casters.
Yes, please report and ban.
Let's see. I think Vanscore has to be a bit more careful with Snowball as a save. He is queuing up the Blink Dagger, but he's been kind of just like snowballing his teammates in, and then they get 2-man chronoed. BZZ also a bit over-eager, I think, to get in there with that TP. Just walking into them. They all know they're there. Like, there's no way they're not there. And the way Boxy was positioning, so willingly TPing into the middle of them on Mars, and even though he is their initiator, that does not mean you want to be in the middle of all of them before you've cast a spell.
It was all a part of the plan, though, because now they can rush.
This is my concern, as I said. How many team fights does Liquid have to win in order to win this game? I would say probably 5 or 6 repeats of that last one, which is a lot.
Egg is available, Stampede is available, no CM ult for a few seconds, and no Void ult at all. So they're going to smoke, and they're going to instantly walk up the hill. The blink, oh, just a little bit late on the rebuke. BZZ playing full aggro, though. And they're going to swing over towards where the Void is farming. Invoker leads the charge.
The good old sweep across the map. You know they're somewhere around here. Process of elimination. Spiderlegs. Sorry, it's like a nat, you know, like the movie with the dog where he's like, squirrel! Like, for me, it's like, oh, Spiderlegs. Just get excited, you know? Doesn't matter what I'm talking about, just attention span drops when those spider legs drop, you know?
I guess that explains a lot from the chat. You know, all these, man, this cast sure would be better if BSJ wasn't in it, comments, but guys, BSJ, I'm trying. It's a great caster, okay? And this is going to be a great team fight. Here comes the call down. Zirax, it's the BKB. He's manning up. He's going onto the egg. Can he bring it down? No! Again! He's denied by Mickey. The chrono timings have been so on point this game. Still, though, Zirax standing strong, tanking up. They've gotten 2 for 2. Aegis, though, brings one back to life, and they're going to delete Mickey from the fight. Liquid, after a big team fight, they try to go for it again, but that Aegis is the difference, and Unique make it easy.
Just comment on your previous comment. I do feel like it's not a good sign that my caster has to tell the viewers I am a good caster. It usually doesn't mean that doesn't bode very well, you know?
My boy, he's a great baseball player. Put him in, coach.
You know how like you make a joke and you go, yeah, I was joking. And
just kidding, bro.
Yeah, it's like if you have to explain the joke, it's probably not a very good joke.
I'm just trying to defend you, bro.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm not upset about that, you know, but just...
You want to fight your own battles?
Maybe some of them hadn't noticed I was bad at casting yet. Wow. So now you've brought it to their attention. They're really going to focus on it. As they go high ground from Unique, taking that team fight, all the ultimates off cooldown, or on cooldown, excuse me, except for the Centaurs. BKB at the ready for Zirax once again. Full pipe on BZZ. That Ags does not get slowed down by
that Yule's interruption. Well played by the Dark Willow, and that's going to set up a quick kill on Boxy.
That was actually sick. The precasted ability.
He was ready.
Or in chat's words, Vac.
Illusion, I mean, he had a really rough game 1 on the Phoenix, right? Like 4 deaths in maybe 8 minutes. But man, he's come up clutch this game, and with 1 lane down, Unique going for a second, but they'll have to deal with the tier 2 first. So they'll at least prep for the next push.
He's even got the clumsy net, so Root Central on Dark Willow here. Quickening Charm, who's going to take it? Maybe Invoker?
That makes life hard for this Storm. Quakefa's still waiting for his BKB.
Oh, and the Mind Break. I think the Grove Bow is probably the best item for Zerax right now. The positioning that it offers you, that extra 100 range, is really nice. Never mind, he took something else. Paladin Sword? No. What did he take? Oh, Mind Breaker.
Does that proc on your passive?
It does. It does.
So you might it might go off when you don't want it to, I guess.
Yeah. It's kind of weird. I think the magic damage and range would be better than the 25 attack speed and damage that only applies to heroes, but
Oh, does that work on all of the flak shots though?
No, it doesn't. No.
Okay, only the main one.
Yeah.
For the damage.
Yeah. Oh.
Because then it's pretty good, right?
If it applies on all of them, I have to imagine it wouldn't, because nothing else really does, but I can't tell you for sure. I know the silence obviously wouldn't, but...
It says magic attack bonus damage, but is that that's every attack, right?
Yeah, it is every attack. I assume it's not on any... I assume it's treated like a attack modifier.
Gotcha.
It doesn't work like
that. Would make sense.
That'd be pretty broken if it did.
Well, we'll find out. Actually, I don't know if I'll be able to tell.
Yeah,
fights,
I don't think somebody hits for like 220, that the extra 25 is going to be noticeable. So he is queuing up the Butterfly, so the good old Satanic Butterfly, the Satanic done. Man, if you don't burst this guy instantly, he's going to heal the full. Even during the chrono, he's going to heal himself because of the fact that Side Gunner does lifesteal.
Yeah, that's critical mass, where, given the situation, Liquid are just not killing him.
Yeah. Gyro is one of the scariest heroes in the game once he reaches this point, and any matchup of a melee hero versus him, you just either have to be like a Slark that loves hitting him more, or somehow you outman battle him, and that just doesn't...
The Ward Wars are continuing here. They put the Cent and the Ops directly on top of each other, so...
Look at this Dire Ward at the bottom tier 3.
A cheeky little bugger.
Yeah, that's a cute one there. I don't think they're going to be able to get rid of that. They do
you a nice slice of vision, too. There's the Paladin sword.
19, he's looking. Oh, he's going to find him. Oh, but he has a sentry on Mickey.
Creeping around.
Come on, process elimination. He's not at the other one.
Mickey does have the BKB, so
no, he does not go for his way.
Immaculate chain. Oh, Mickey, you're a bold boy, my friend. The spear, though, a complete airball. 119 off the mark with the tornado. It's a symphony of errors, but
punch.
He just time walks away. Space created.
Oh, the fear. No.
They are going to fear him. Now the snowball forward. Do they kill him anyway? They don't even need to hit their abilities, perhaps, to bring this man down. The team is slowly marching in, but the Gyro's going to intercept them en route, or in fact, he may get intercepted. He gets off the Satanic. He's man-fighting the entire enemy squad, and he drives them all back and away. Meanwhile, your Faceless Void did make it out of there. He's going to come back in. Drops the bubble on the Gyro. They've got the damage. They might be able to kill him. They will slay that pesky helicopter, man. He instantly buys back. Now, Quakefoot just jumps right out of the arena. It's a complete whip on that as well. 119, though, giving chase to the Centaur. He'll bring him down, and Bankscore also in pursuit, trying to interrupt some more retreats. Can they find Taiga? TP out. No uppercut. No way to interrupt. He's gone. Mickey, no BKP. Also backing off Liquid. Hanging on by a thread, but they don't have buybacks. They don't have ultimates. BSJ, this is probably a second lane.
Yeah. They weren't able to kill him when he had Aegis for good reason. They have one hard volley of stuff, and then they are done on the side of Liquid.
And he's going to have his BKB up relatively soon here. Storm trying to delete those creeps, but it's too late. They're already in the base. The Alacrity deployed on this gyrocopter, hitting for almost 300 in attack. And he has swapped over to the Paladin Sword. Not sure if we mentioned that with the Satanic.
Yeah, that's just too good. 17% of 200% is a lot.
That math checks out to me, and it checks out to Unique. They'll take 2 lanes. Haven't closed the game out just yet, though. But it's feeling like they're going to have to throw.
Can I just... Pet peeves of mine is when you're the only BKB piercing stun and you're ganking a guy that has a BKB and you use it at the very start, calling you out, Van score. Come on, man. Letting Void TP away like that. In the bottom lane, that's my call out of the game as we see...
that should be a sponsored segment.
BSJ Savage
bash of the game.
Yeah, bash of the game. They could have like a faceless void, you know, transition.
Well, you know, you have like a pinata and you just, you know, smack it with a bat or something.
Oh yeah, that's really embracing the what do you call it, like the representation, the bringing it to life. Okay, so they have the blink Yules on Willow, they have the blink on the Tusk, a lot of mobility on the side of Unique, and it's going to become harder and harder to get the chronos you want. These heroes are going to be able to be positioned farther apart, but if they manage to land it, no BKB, or excuse me, no buyback on the gyrocopter, so they can afford to all in him here. But they are 2 laser racks down and 12k.
Still have a tier 2 top, so Megas will require a very clean fight. More likely they go for the phone, if anything, unless this stays slow. They're still hanging out jungle. Next Roshan online with the cheese. They're going to scout it now with the Forge Spirit. Liquid are staying in the neighborhood, though. Looks like they may try to contest. Should Unique go for this, which I have to imagine they shall soon enough.
Willow's rich, man. He's going for a sheep. He's more net worth than Boxy at this stage in the game.
That's painful. Yeah, I mean, you mentioned it's going to be a rough Centaur game. He's had to go into a BKB rush just to be able to get off his initiations and have mana in the fights.
We did learn outside of the game that BKB does block the Tusk tag team, so he will not be too squishy either in the middle of these. Only 5 armor, though.
At this point, Gyro's hitting pretty hard with Alacrity, but here comes the jump on the backside. Void, though, he doesn't get off the Chronosphere just yet. They're going to lock down the Invoker. Everybody ganging up on him. They're committing a lot for this. The BKB and the whole team. Stampede coming through. They still, though, have the Chrono. Mars is fending them off, slowly backing away. BZZ trying to stay tanky in the front lines. Phoenix on the side of the fight, getting control, drops the egg. Beautiful combo here with Chrono. Then the ball through the Chronosphere, deftly dodging, getting stunned by it. He will manage to find the kill. Now they try to go onto Zitrax, though. He's got so much damage. He's such a beast in the front lines. They're going to force the Centaur back. They're going to stun the Void as well. They get the Urn off on him, but Tornado thrown out to the left. Not sure about that, but they'll get the kill anyway on the Faceless Void, and all the ultimates have been used as Taiga tries to jump away with the dive, but comes right back into Vangscore's waiting arms, who's just going to start smacking him, slowly trying to sunray away to safety. Space created, I suppose. They could just be working on the Roshan now, but they will get the Phoenix kill at long last. And the tip's coming out. Man, they just have to throw so much to get that first kill. Very scattered fight, BSJ.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of the Chronosphere covering the egg, and it just never bodes well when you hit everything and doesn't do enough.
And like you mentioned, Invoker having buyback there is huge. Though he's pretty poor now, 10k net worth. You know, his own Mars is 4k ahead of him.
I don't know, this Gyro's got Alchemist Syndrome. He's like 50% more net worth in the game.
Yeah, they really can't afford to lose him. Fortunately, he doesn't have Aegis now. Perhaps he even thinks towards a Rapier.
The Daedalus is enough. I think Rapier is only giving you a non-zero chance to win this game.
But come on, man. We want to see it.
It's true. It would be better for the fans.
Think of the fans, Unique.
They've been tipping and stuff, so there's a little bit of BM for the fans.
We want more. We want blood.
It's never enough.
We want YOLO. Zitrax, the Tornado. Yep, he even catches. He's got a BKB and he will. Nice spear on the backside. Isolating BK. Can they burst him down? This Void is not particularly strong. He time walks BKBs, walks forward, but Zitrax, full HP. They've already lost the Centaur and they're losing their third lane. Liquid in danger of going 0-3 here to start the groups. They'd better pull something miraculous out. Chronosphere still 20 seconds off. They're going to buy back on the Centaur. One last hurrah. Can Liquid muster up a miracle team fight? They're going to try. Balling in, but the snowball interruption. Rolls back the other way. Locking out Midbay. Quick punch. Do they have the follow damage? No BKB. He just starts hacking away at Vangscore. Can't kill him off quite yet. The Sunray doing decent work through it all, and the egg is going to pop, though. He doesn't get the explosion. Now they're down to Phoenix as well. Now the Chrono's back up. but the Mega's secured. Unique can back away, and they'll do just that. Still have the Aegis, and now Zerax, now he's got the Rapier queued up.
He's even had that 20 wand, 20 stick wand, 20 dart wand, whatever. It's value.
They're just all in on these big team fights. That's really how it feels right now. They're trying to go on illusion. They get the bash. The kill wasn't able to, actually didn't have the Yule Scepter. But round 2 of the fight breaking out. Zerax still sitting on the Aegis. Still sitting with an active Satanic and just marching in directly in the middle of their team. He's daring Mickey. Come fight me, he says.
Look, just kill him. He's right in front of you.
Yeah, he's by himself, guys. They're not protecting him. They have vision of a hero over near the secret shop. That's illusion, but
I think sometimes you just need some false confidence. Say, let's just go kill this gyro, you know? Maybe it'll work.
He's so close to Rapier now. He can sell his stick and buy it.
He heard the calls of the crowd.
Drop
they
those
demand
boots. Who needs boots? You're a helicopter anyway, man.
It's true, you're flying. You're not even walking.
Yeah, how do those even make you move faster? That's some Dota physics right there.
That's real sus.
I don't even think slacks can make sense out of that.
What the?
Lure me this.
Maybe, yeah, seriously.
Well, he's slow now, so the kiting is an option.
He does have the foot speed talent, so he's effectively a 380 move speed hero. It's like a normal hero with boots. Let's see, is he faster? He's faster than CM.
I think that more speaks to how sad the CM is than anything else. Here they go.
Alacrity makes him 416. Or Solar Crest, I mean.
36 armor, tons of evasion, hitting like a truck. They've got to go on him quickly. Time dilation comes through, the stop is there, but the interruption again from the Invoker on the backside. Storm's gone all in to try and get that Invoker kill. He just ghost walks away, and by the way, Zerax is just unkillable, gunning down the building. Just force the fall. Liquid, a team that finished top 6 at the majors, is getting bodied here by Unique. They keep on going on Zerax. They keep on trying to fight, but they've blown their entire load for round 1, and they haven't even managed to get rid of the Aegis. He hasn't even used Satanic, for God's sake. They just can't kill this helicopter. They'll try to get the heroes. Hit the building, Zerax. Come on, buddy. You've had your fun. He wants the heroes. He wants more blood.
Give him the rampage.
He'll put them out of their misery.
Yeah. That,
Liquid yet to take a series here in the group stage. I mean, they have had some of the tougher opponents. They had to play Secret and I think Navi. Is that right? Alliance. Thanks, Grant. Still.
My only comment is that people have been